Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
Here we go now.
For the land of the free and the homeland of
In the final week of August, you cannot get a more picture-perfect night for football. Welcome to the campus of Lawrence Tech, and thanks for tuning in to the LTU Sports Network. With Richie Pop, I'm Evan Stockton. Welcome to the first game of the year for the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. Richie, it's week 0 in college football, but here at the NAIA level, we're playing week 1 of the season. It's football season. Come on now. How can you not be excited?
Let's get it going. I mean, end of story, right? Week 0, week 9, week 40, it doesn't matter. Get football going, and I love that they get this because they get the stage by themselves. This is what they do, a local team. We get an Indiana team comes in from Taylor, and let's go. And a beautiful crowd tonight and an unpicturesque evening. Perfect.
Really is a perfect night. A whiteout here on the campus of Lawrence Tech, and the Blue Devils are rocking the sharp all-white jerseys. Selfishly, Richie, I am a big fan of the gray face mask, an outstanding look for the home team tonight. As most of you know, tuning into this ball game, Lawrence Tech, a new program, but rapidly on the rise. They were off the best season they ever had last year, and they are poised to have an even better season this year, Richie, because of the pieces that are coming back on that offense.
Well, you've got that along with the fact that Coach Mitchell came in and said we need to build our culture. What is our culture going to be? And the older I get, now a grandfather of 3 kind of thing, it's always about culture and the kids because that overrides any talent. Now, mix culture and talent with some experience, and now you've got a dangerous offense on the Lawrence Tech side led by Tyler Kulka, and I can't wait to see him throw it around tonight a little bit.
Yeah, Tyler is coming off one of the better seasons that Lawrence Tech has seen. Now, granted, there's only been this program for a handful of years, but you get what I'm saying. Former Chippewa Valley High School player. Most of you know how good that program is here in Metro Detroit. And he's going to have a full complement of wide receivers and running backs. And don't forget about that big tight end, C.J. Thompson, who was a load at 6'5", 255, Richie.
Well, on a really cool note on that, as he came into the program, he's one of the original 45, and Tyler was telling me, hey, they had to move him. And he says, the culture says we do what we got to do. And I wanted to be defensive end, But if I fit and help the team best, the tight end, bang. And I'll tell you what, he's a heck of a good one. So beautiful move on his part. And again, team concept all the way.
And as you're getting a look at the handshakes, hugs, high fives, and coin flip going on here on the campus of Lawrence Tech, let's take a minute as well to highlight the opposition for Lawrence Tech tonight. It's a prod program in Taylor, up from Upland, Indiana. And Richie, you and I were talking off the air before we hit the air tonight how impressed you are by the man leading that program.
Well, just listening to him speak is what you want coming into. It doesn't matter the program is. He's not talking about changing anything because that kind of puts a negative spin on what was going on. He's talking about this is what we need to create. We need to create our culture. And what a perfect example right here. You've got several now that have popped up, and Lawrence Tech is one of them. You build a culture, you grow time by time, and Coach Mingo, in my opinion, is doing it the right way. Rough season last year, we know, and that's going to happen. But they keep on coming back and keep on coming back, and eventually what happens is that culture now is built. You start a winning program. You get a few of the players in your local area, and as you see some of the rosters, there's kids from Florida, there's from California, they want to come play football. So I'm super excited for their program because you said it, nailed on the head. Coach Mingo's got it all together. I'm very impressed with him. One last note.
Go ahead.
He is the head coach, but he's the O-line coach.
Oh, yeah.
That is what you want, is an O-line coach calling the shots. Just ask him.
All right, so we're about set for football here from Lawrence Tech and Taylor, matching wits in the first game of the year. Mid-States Conference, the home of Lawrence Tech. If you're watching this ball game, you probably know that is the best conference at the NAIA level of collegiate football. St. Francis and Marion have both won a pair of national titles since 2012, but believe it or not, Lawrence Tech is contenders in the conference in a half decade.
And that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And you know what? I think they're going to contend very strongly this year. It starts tonight.
Big crowd on hand for the first game of the year. LTU getting ready to go. The man back deep, Frank Black, number 4 in white and blue, started his college career at Ferris State. Played his high school ball down the road at Oak Park. Outstanding head coach for Oak Park, Greg Carter. Frank was a quarterback and wide receiver in high school, so he certainly has the athletic juice back there.
And this is exactly how Lawrence Tech would want to start the football game. Kick us the ball and let's go to work. And I'm excited to watch it.
Taylor getting fired up on their sideline. Zane Schiltz, the 6-foot senior from Marion, Indiana. About to kick it deep for Taylor. We're still sitting in the high 70s, and we are still in August. But congratulations, everybody. We've made it to football season.
Boy, a couple years ago, we were all wondering what's going to happen, and here we are on a gorgeous night, great crowd, great atmosphere, and a kickoff about to get underway.
Amen. All is right in the world. Let's play ball. Black on the return, fielding near his 5. Trying to dance away from danger. He does.
Oh, boy.
Oh, a big return for Lawrence Tech. Pushed out of bounds inside the 35.
So right to script. Let's get a big play off the bat. Let's get in their side of the field. Great electric play. Black is amazing. He was very patient inside and then exploded as soon as the opening got. Again, people stayed on blocks. I'd love to see that one on film because you'll see it. Stayed on blocks, and he exposed it. Great work.
So excellent starting field position for Lawrence Tech. And Richie, you were just talking about the man at the controls, Tyler Kolka, former quarterback at Chippewa Valley. 14 touchdowns passing, 5 rushing last year. But something he needs to improve upon by his own admission this year. Too many interceptions last year with 11.
Yeah, he's a great leader, and he understands it's okay to criticize myself because I got to help our team be better.
Fields the low snap on the first play of the season, and that's incomplete for Thompson. Nearly a pick on play 1 of the year.
Phenomenal defensive play, and we get 42 Reed Wheeler running out there on that screen. I love the roll away, throw it back. It's diagnosed perfectly. Nice job by Tyler. End up actually throwing that ball away because that could have been dangerous.
Second down, 10 for Lawrence Tech on their first drive of the year. Thompson, the man in motion. Kolka's got the snap. Looking to throw again. He lost the football, and Taylor makes a play on their first offensive series of the season.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, again, it's linebacker play is absolutely dangerous. Braxton Green gets around the corner, strips the football. Tough one. Got to get rid of that ball a little bit sooner. I'm sure right now that's what we're talking about over there. Kick step by that tackle might help. Good job on the defensive end by them. This is how they needed to start. Hey, high-powered offense, let's make a play early.
A little bit of juice for the guy making his first start of the season, the first-year starting quarterback, Elijah McCloskey. He's got the size at 6'1", 195, and he's got the momentum on his side after what a sudden change of events for Taylor.
So you almost have a pick on the first play. Good decision, throw it away. Can't see that backside rush, got to feel it. Ends up making a nice defensive play. Both linebackers involved early.
First carry of the year for Brendan Lamb, trying to plow into the middle of that line, and he won't gain very much. They give him a yard on forward progress before the LTUD pushed him all the way back for 6 or 7 yards.
That's phenomenal. Trying to run that inside zone. Hey, we made a good play. Let's see if we can get the ball up the middle. And I'll tell you right now, defensive line coaches are like all over going, that's exactly how you stop it. Hold your ground. Don't give it up. Make the tackle. Nice job.
Second down long for Taylor. Stephen Ellis, the man in motion. Oh, and the football is dropped. A fumble on the other side, and it's Lawrence Tech football.
Boy, right off the bat, another turn of events. Bing, bang, boom. Let's turn the ball back over. Great job again by the defense holding their ground. Thomas Lewis getting in there and ripping that ball away from any other potential Taylor guy to recover the ball, and they're set right back up.
You think they're excited for the first turnover of the year?
I'll tell you what, they all gathered. The whole team runs over there, and that's what you do, right? Culture. Celebrate each other. Don't talk to them. Just celebrate with your guys. I love it. Coach Mitchell's really got it going over here.
So now Kolka gets right back on the football field, and a chance for a very quick bounce back after the initial early mistake.
We'll see a little calmer. You know, that first game, and I don't care how many years of experience, it's just a little jittery in there. Got a little change here. He's reading the defense. Let's see something quick to the slot out here. That's what I'd like to see.
Another low snap. Give to Jacob Ranney, a redshirt freshman running back, leaning forward for a yard or two. They're going to put a lot on his shoulders. Jacob was a really good running back in high school at North Branch. First time he's a starter for Lawrence Tech entering this season.
Yeah, and you've got De'Aris Hope coming down the line. Again, stay in his spot, what he's supposed to do. If they're reaching you, you got to filter out. Nice job. Good, strong run, though. He kept his legs churning, got what he could get. It was minimal, but it's positive versus negative. Love that.
Kolka on second down. Quick drop, thrown, and caught. Kendall Williams made the catch, but Taylor did a nice job wrangling him before he could slip the tackle. Here comes a third down medium for LTU.
I really like that kind of throw. That gets the quarterback in a good rhythm. Trust the receiver. Trust your guy to make a play. Excellent receiver, Kendall, of course. Hey, he breaks that. It's 6 points, and that's the kind of stuff you have to do. Love the quick throw, though. Love it.
They'll put a couple of backs on Kolka's left and right before this third down.
No protection here. Stay inside. Get blitzers coming. You can pick them up.
Play action, loading, going down the far side, and it's incomplete. Overshot his man there, setting up fourth down. Kolka a little hot on the pass.
Yeah, it looked like the receiver there was expecting back shoulder, Jaden Rembert. So it looked like he wanted back, and I think he caught his foot in the turf, honestly, so he couldn't jump up. So then he lost the ball, of course. We see that replay. If you watch that later on, you'll see he catches himself.
Surprised they're going for it, fourth down here?
I'm not. I think they know they've got a great offense. They just had an incredible defensive series. They're across the 40, and it's 7 yards. Let's make a play.
Kolka trying to make a play. Took a hit as he threw, and it's incomplete. Hoping for Rembert again. And Taylor 2 for 2 defensively to start the season.
And I'll tell you what, they have just got to be high as a kite. Gentlemen, that's how we would script it. We get up a big return. We take the ball away. They take the ball away, and we don't fold. We come out strong and be staunch. Got to love that out of a team. Again, I'm telling you, it's about building the culture. I'll say it all night, and I'll keep, if you're sick of hearing it. I apologize, but that's what it's all about because those guys are playing like brothers out there.
So we're 2.5 minutes into the season. We've had a couple of fumbles, a 4th down stop, and a long kick return. That's
Fire
it.
it up. Fire it up.
Give up the middle, Lamb spinning and plowing ahead. There is a flag.
Great job again by the interior of the line there. Again, they're just holding it down. There's supposed to be gap sound on defense. So when they try and double the bounce, the inside people, they stay inside, the outside, and that's what happens. You swallow up that inside zone.
They ended up picking up the flag, so it's 2nd down 9. All right, now they're moving the ball back. It's always nice to know, Richie, that your eyes weren't deceiving you and you did see a flag.
Yes, I appreciate that. I'm not sure I actually saw it, but that's great job giving me some credit. Hey, Rayvon Atkins, who was not in our 2 deep, is in there playing his tail off in the inside 1 technique.
Play action for McCloskey. He's taking a shot down the middle of the field, incomplete. Hoping for Sonicson, and Jordan Morris had the airtight coverage.
But I'll tell you what, Jordan does a nice job. You know, back in the day, you'd never undercut a post like that just because it was always going over the top. Some of the new nuances, if you will, is now you distract that guy. You're running because you can't find the ball. He had an opportunity to find it, makes a nice little break on it, undercuts it. Good play, 2nd down and long.
Setting up the screen in the hands of
That's a
Dakota
lateral.
Sonicson. They call it an incomplete pass. And that's good news for Taylor on a play otherwise. That was nothing but bad news.
Yeah, I thought for sure that was a lateral. Nice job, though, as you saw the Taylor receiver get up there and get on it just in case that was not a forward pass. Again, awareness. I like the pass. QB just a little bit behind him because he wants to catch it moving forward towards the middle of the field on that as opposed to away. It's called a now pass.
3rd down long. McCloskey's got the time. Long throw to Lamb. Slipped out of 1 tackle. Not going to slip out of the 2nd and 3rd. And Taylor forced to punt on their 2nd drive of the year.
Ryan Crowley, very nice job. You know, with speed changing and at the college level, everybody's fast. I don't care what level you're, everybody's fast. You slow a guy up with 14 yards to go, here come your pals. Not only that, he retraces his steps. He ends up making the tackle on that. Great job. Great play. Way to be tenacious.
Joseph Osecki, the 6'2 freshman from Fishers, Indiana, punting it away.
Oh, he was close on that one. Nice job on that return team going for the block.
And it ends up being a wobbly punt, Richie, and Taylor will die and down the football at the 36.
And then no matter what, as much as you're focused as a punter on catch the ball, get my steps, get my foot on it correctly, you see that flash of another guy coming in, oh, I got to hustle it up. And again, happens all the time. So he did a good job to get that off instead of it getting blocked.
So I'd ask you to play coach, but you are a coach, so just be yourself here. What are you doing to try to get LTU's offense humming after 2 poor starts to the year?
Well, I like a lot of the RPO stuff they do where they're looking inside run and then they pick that receiver if a backer comes downhill, but it's all a read game. So if he stays his spot, you have to give the football.
Oh, they're digging into the bag, trying to run a reverse with Terrell Cunningham. He's got a long ways to go, and Taylor stuffs him for a loss of 5.
So that's one of the, you want to call it gimmick, you want to call it play off a play that we have kind of thing, and I like it. I think they had the overhang on the wrong side of the field to actually have that be successful. But it's also one of those that's been run that way, so you don't just say opposite, opposite, opposite and expect it's going to happen. So I think that's what ended up happening right there.
LTU behind the sticks again at their 32. Snap to Kulka. Quick drop and a throw. Juggled it incomplete. Missed Thompson.
Yeah, it's got to be just a little bit more inside. Great route. Absolutely had him beat on that, putting that left foot in the ground. Pushed him up nicely. Jumps on his toes. Get outside. Tyler's got to hit that one. He turns up. Possible first down, but certainly would have set up 3rd and short.
C.J. Thompson, the 6'5" redshirt senior, made 43 catches last year. He's going to make a bunch this year. I can guarantee you that.
Got that big a target who can run that well? Absolutely utilize him.
3rd down long. Kolka looking long. Pass caught. 1st down Lawrence Tech. It's Kendall Williams at midfield.
And there you go. Nice, comfortable look in the pocket. Great offensive line work right there. Kicking their steps. Making sure they create that little half moon for Tyler. Comfortable throw right in the chest. You know, when you're struggling as a QB, Tyler and I work in the offseason often. We always talk about when you're struggling, put the ball on him. You don't have to have the perfect lead. Put the ball on him. It develops trust, and it gets you going. And hopefully for Lawrence Tech, that's what's going to happen here with Tyler.
On the ground with Rennie, his 2nd carry of the ball game. And he'll gain a handful on 1st down.
Really like that call. You're going to read the 5 technique, the outside end there, number 71, defensive end. If he sinks down, Tyler pulls that, so he's up the field. He stays there. You've blocked him without touching him. Give the ball up underneath. Good gain right there on 2 yards. If I'm not mistaken, right now it's their best run, so they'll take it.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech, after a great return to start the season, had the ball at Taylor's 35 and then promptly fumbled it away. And on their last drive, they turned it over on downs. They're back into Taylor territory.
Like this set, it essentially becomes an unbalanced, and if a team does not go correctly with it, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
great catch. Jaden Rembert off the feet from Kolka. LTU humming out.
And I'll tell you right now, there's no foot caught in the ground on that one. What a great catch. Up high. Wonderful going to get it. He knows they're coming downhill from that safety spot, and he doesn't care. I got to make this for my team. And a good shot. But again, starts with the O-line. No one in Tyler's face. Throws a strike. Good work.
There's one question mark about the LTU offense this year. It is the O-line. They have one upperclassman starter. Everyone else a freshman or sophomore.
Build their confidence. Build their confidence. Do what they do well.
Justin Cantu, 1st carry of the game. Lost his helmet as he spun near the 30. In about 3, and he's going to have to come out because he lost the helmet.
And is in this incredible game of football. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. 2 yards becomes 3 yards, becomes we pop one for 12, becomes we get a 40-yard touchdown run. And I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing here. But I also like the balance. A little back and forth with the throw, quick throw game. Take your shots with your great receivers. Really tough to play corner.
Toughest position in sports, some smart people would say.
Absolutely.
Kalk with a pump. Kalk with a deep shot. Down the sideline. Adjusting in the air, but incomplete. Williams tried to make the catch. And the coverage good enough for Taylor on the outside.
Excellent job of the DB. They're really riding him out. So if that ball is not inside a little bit, which you'd never like to lead it for your receiver going against the DB, great job of pushing him to the sideline. So instead of him being able to get that 1 foot in as his college rules, it's just out of bounds. Good ball, though, and I like the shot because he had a lot of time. Took a shot to a great receiver. Going little bunch trips at the top of the screen.
They'll keep it on the ground on 3rd down. It's Ranny running ahead. Leaning awfully close to the line to gain. I think he's an inch or 2 short, but still, Lawrence Tech with a good gain. It sets up 4th down and very short.
And, hey, they think you're passing the ball. Every time that little sneaky run comes in there, but we just talked about it. A 1-yarder, a 2-yarder, a 2-yarder, bang, 8-yarder. Nice work again. O-line doing their job.
Old school football right here. Bringing the big bodies on 4th down and a couple of inches.
It's going to hit their open area. Little sneak. You can push the guy now. Going to all depend on the spot. And if I'm a betting man, it might be a little short. I hope I lose the bet.
Now, Taylor sure thinks it's their football.
Absolutely. And by the way, so would every defense.
Right. That's my favorite detail of a football game. We got one team pointing one way, one the other.
Well, I'll tell you right now, where they put it, they're going to, I'll be darned, they called it okay. Unfortunately, I was incorrect. I like the play, though, because Tyler's a strong kid. I wouldn't say that he's a scrambler runner, but he's a strong kid. He's your leader. And they looked like one thing, then it looked like he was going to check it, and they ended up running the sneak. Just too many big bodies. I thought he was actually checking to an off-tackle play there with a lead blocker. That might come the next time they're in that same situation.
I mean, if you're Taylor's coaching staff and Aaron Mingo, you were just over the moon excited with how your defense has started the year.
Are you kidding me? First the fumble, now a couple of stops. Got to be fired up. Week 0, right? Week 1 for them, baby.
Right. Lawrence Tech electing to use their first timeout. We're just over halfway into this first quarter, and believe it or not, we don't have any points yet.
Absolutely. We thought some fireworks would be going, but again, week 1, iron some things out, see what happens, get together on the sideline, put it on the board. O-line, what are you liking? This is where Coach said, hey, Eli, what do you like? What do you like? What do you like? And they very well may have said, hey, Coach, we got to do our zone. We're reading the 5 technique, and if he comes down, then Tyler will pull it because I think we can get on their outside shoulder. I think we've seen a couple of good runs with that right there.
If you're Taylor offensively here, how you feeling about how this is going? What are you trying to do going forward here to get us some points?
Well, first of all, the defense is handing you the football. So now upon you becomes the responsibility. Hey, we got to move this down a little. Even if we get to the 50 on their side and have to punt, we flip that field on them. And now when they punt, and this is what we're going to do as a defense, we catch the ball in the 50, we have a half field. Hey, it's tough in any league, at any level, to go 75 yards on a consistent basis. Got to dink and dunk a little bit, use what you do well, get the ball, even if it's just a couple first downs so you can flip that field.
Taylor has had to start deep in their own territory pretty much the whole night. McCloskey, off play action. Big shot, incomplete. Going to be second down. More good coverage on the back end by LTU. They keep testing Jordan Morris, but Jordan keeps passing these tests.
Absolutely. Did a great job with his leverage right there. I actually thought that Hudson had him because he was outside of him, but they leave the ball inside. Talk about it all the time. You leave the ball inside, you leave the ball in trouble. They were very fortunate that's not a pick, and there's no one on that sideline except for people chasing later.
On the ground, second down. Hit up high, potentially a face mask call that's not coming. Brendan Lamb was brought down in the middle of the field by Lawrence Tech. Setting up a third down, but still a good gain for Taylor on second down that opens up the playbook.
Yeah, blatant face mask. Very fortunate that didn't get called.
Lamb?
Nice.
No. Mitch Waters stuffing a gap.
Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Now here on the other side, hey, Lawrence Tech, let's get the ball, get someone to return if we can catch the football. Make sure and catch it because it's an average of 16 yards on the AstroTurf if you don't catch it, which is crazy numbers. First down and a half plus.
How did you learn that number?
Well, because when you have punt returners, you've got to tell them this is why we have to catch the ball, gentlemen.
Saki, you got to punt it away. DeMarcus Bush, the returner for Lawrence Tech, does let it roll, but it only bounds about 3 yards instead of 16. So Lawrence Tech gets the ball again. Pretty good starting field position again at the 35-yard line. Their offense has had opportunities, but with just about 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, Richie, still no points for these guys.
Yeah, number one, very surprised because of how electric they truly are. But, hey, let's give credit where credit is due. Taylor's where they're supposed to be, and they're making plays. This is not an easy game, even when you're the better team, because those guys over there worked as hard as you have to stop what you want to do, and right now they're masterful at it, to be honest with you.
Tyler Kolka back in the field. Justin Cantu, the running back. He's carried it once tonight. Kolka, the half roll right. Little flip out to a wide open Thompson. We got a block on the outside. It's going to draw a flag.
Absolutely. Heads behind the block, and you're absolutely going to get a push in the back or a clip call there. Love the play. Let that go at 2nd and 5, but it's so hard because you're in the midst and in the fire. And if I get this, my guy's got a 15-yard gain. You just have to play head smart, which we saw the Taylor defense. They try and dry them off sides with a double clap. They stay still. Their eyes are on their keys, whether it be a man or ball, however they work it. Generally, it's a man at this level. And then now they've turned this into a loss. And now it's first down and long. That's where defense wants to be.
You know, Richie, it's kind of an easy thing to say on a broadcast. Early season jitters, early season mistakes with the flags. In your experience, is that an excuse? Is it true? More flags in the first game?
Oh, there's no excuse for any of it. You work so hard to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And the flags, quite frankly, at this point, they're unacceptable. And that's what they're talking about over there. Now, 3 years ago or 4 years ago when we're the advent of a program here, different story. But, guys, we've been around a little bit. And, boy, I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to jinx it because big fellas, they're not doing that. Just FYI.
Just FYI, says Richie Pop. Late getting on the field, it's Justin Cantu. He's the right side running back for Kalka. Randy on the left. Both guys have carried it a couple of times tonight.
Hey, great gain, though. 6-7 yard gain. Put yourself 2nd and 9. That's manageable.
Right back in his mitts. Another good gain. Not going to gain the first down, but Justin Cantu starting to work his way through that defensive line for Taylor. 3rd down short for LTU.
They've absolutely in the booth said, hey, listen to the O-line, guys, because we've got this rolling. Leave that end alone. He can hang out there all he wants. We block him. Great job getting up inside and very manageable at 3rd and 2. I expect them sooner or later here to expose when the linebacker, instead of being inside the number 2 receiver at the top of the screen here, is outside of him. We'll see what happens right now.
Isaac Campbell, the freshman running back, is on the field to the right of Kalka. Quick swing right side. There's Wallace in the slot. You called it, Richie. First down, Lawrence Tech. The sophomore, the former Belleville Tiger, has his first catch of the year.
Well, needless to say, he's come from a great program and knows how to catch the ball and run. Great block out of the number 1 receiver. And even better was the read, because a lot of times guys want to cut that up and your linebacker's coming inside out on you. Get outside to safety. Be with the lighter guys, because these guys coming inside out, they're absolute headhunters and will decapitate you. And good job of him using that block and a way to fight for that block out there on the outside.
Hopefully not a literal decapitation. That's a little too macabre for me. A little too much violence.
Sorry about that.
Kalka off play action down the middle, incomplete. He was hoping for the big tight end, Thompson.
Boy, he had Reed on there. He's going to look back at that and say, I just had my curl. Just throw what they give me. Throw. And as a coach, you call a play and you might send in, hey, make this your number 1 read. But once it gets what we call cloudy, there's just too many opposite color jerseys in the area. Shift to number 2, he'd have been wide open. And again, they'll see that upstairs. They'll come back to it later.
3.5 to go in the first quarter. Lawrence Tech's offense has pretty much lived in Taylor's end of the field, but they haven't scored yet. It's been self-inflicted wounds. Give to Rennie. And he was met. Oh, boy. Evan Kitt, number 23, the senior with the big stick.
Just coming downhill again. Took care of the read, what he had to do. He gets inside where he's supposed to be to his gap, and he comes downhill hard. And a nice tackle, good play, setting up 3rd and long for Lawrence Tech.
Second time in the last 2 drives they've had a 3rd down and 8 like this. Kalka's got the snap. Throwing near side, it's Wallace again. And a Lawrence Tech first down again. 2 catches and 2 first downs on this drive for Jalen.
You got to utilize that number 2 receiver in particular with Reed outside and their playmakers, let's call it, outside. They just absorb the contact of the eyes of the defense. And when he runs off, take the flat route. 10-yard gain. Bing, bang, boom, setting up 1st and 10 and back in the territory of Taylor. You can see it here again. The quick out by number 2 is something that they could go to. There he is.
Right back to him. Jalen Wallace is starting to eat on this drive. 3 catches and 3 first downs.
Hey, this game is about if the defense is doing this, this is what we need to do against them. So they modified their run game from inside zone looks, things like that, to more of a zone. They read a backside guy, run game opens up. If you're going to play my guy inside like that, run deep with your corner when my guy goes deep, and they don't have a choice. They have to, or it's 6 points. I'm going to throw it quick outside. They got the same setup, waiting for Taylor to bring that safety down, and then you go over the top with the little post.
On the ground, Cantu carrying the ball in that big left arm. Gained about 3 on first down.
And again, I like the fact that they're providing some balance. I'll tell you right now, Tyler would like to throw every snap, 100%. So would his receivers, but they're doing a good job of saying, look, we're not going to abandon this because early on we didn't have success. We're going to keep coming, especially with a team on the road who have to travel up here. Great coaching going on right now.
Taylor's actually going to spend the night here. Wanted to get a good night's sleep before classes start on Monday.
Well, there you go. Very good decision. That's what we're all here really for.
Kalka, pump, wide open, man, he missed him. Williams had a step, and it's third down.
Little quick on the trigger there. It was a phenomenal route run. Totally sold the inside. Breaks what we call a little sluggo, slant and go. Fades where he's supposed to go. Next time they throw that, and it'll work again because it's really hard not to take the slant away. He'll put it right in his face mask, and he'll walk in the end zone.
Third down for LTU. They just converted on 3rd down and 8 earlier in the drive. Here's a 3rd down 7.
They got the same setup. Speed out by number 2. See what they do with it.
Kalka looking left, not going to have time to throw. Down he goes into the waiting arms of Jacob Hockett.
Yeah, that's a tough one. They bring the heat on him, and then bang, one block missed or an assignment. They'll have to obviously review it. Great job by Taylor yet again. They now forced a punt situation when Lawrence Tech was running down the field. And I'm not sure this is the case, but sometimes coaches, we outthink ourselves a little bit like, oh, we've hit this a couple times. We better not go to it again. The other philosophy is, hey, why don't we go to it till they stop it? Tyler would do a good job. He's got experience. Love the quick passing game.
Bryston Hedden, the punter on the field, Richie, for LTU. This is his first punt of the year. Trying to pin Taylor deep. Not going to happen.
Tough one. Tough play out there. You'd love for Tommy to go ahead, turn around, and catch that ball. But, again, when you're sprinting full speed and you're not an over-the-shoulder kind of receiver who could probably have done that, really tough play. But, again, they're still inside their own territory. They've got to come out. They've not really shown any explosiveness on the offensive side of the ball yet, although I like that they've taken some shots. Because if they hit one, then that sparks them. But right now the defense is really, really staunch for Taylor.
Bend but don't break. They're living up to that.
100%.
Keeping it on the ground with Brendan Lamb. They keep trying that middle of the LTU line, and they're not breaking very much at all.
Boy, and Tommy right there with a beautiful play. I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier. It was Matt Plaga on the punt team. Tommy does a great job of deciphering, here comes a guard coming, here comes my downhill play. And we're at the end of the first quarter, just in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, 15 minutes in the books, Richie, and Lawrence Tech, I think, is going to walk to that sidelines and go, how in the world is this game still tied?
Absolutely. On the offensive end right now, they're putting all stuff together. They got the board out. They got the white marker going, the dry erase. Hey, what are you seeing? What do you like? Talk to me. But I like they've got their running game going.
And we'll be back after a short break on the LTU Sports Network.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
Taylor on the first play of the second quarter tries a trick play, and it's a disaster. Dante Batten making a big play.
Well, I'll tell you what, again, it's a stay home, do what your job is to do. We've worked on this all the time. You are the backside end. You're not going to chase down an outside zone play. Just kind of feather, see what happens. Right in the right spot, big play for LTU.
And now it's third down forever, 20 for Taylor. He'll set up a middle screen. Got to make a couple men miss here. And it's not going to happen. Taylor does get the catch to at least get themselves really out of the shadow of their own end zone, Richie. That's one of those plays that if you pop it, cool. If not, all right, here comes the punting.
Absolutely. And number one, it's safe. And number two, it gets Elijah in a little bit of a groove. Hey, I got a good completion. Excellent job by the receiver just getting up the field. Don't be fancy. Get us out so we can get some punt yardage here. We're probably not going to get the 20-plus that was necessary.
That was John Thomas making his first collegiate catch. Oseki to kick it away for Taylor. And this is an outstanding punt. Are you kidding me? Taylor's going to down the ball at LTU's 20.
I'll tell you right now what happened. 100%. No flash of white in front of me. I can take my time, pound it off that little top of my foot. Beautiful punt. Flips the field as they wanted. They're on the 21-yard line. I'm telling you right now, LTU thought we're going to catch this thing beyond the 40 or maybe on the 50. Great job by the punt team.
If you're just flipping on the ball game, checking out the first game of the year for Lawrence Tech, well, right now the story of the game is the fact that the offense has just been frustrated. Time after time, they're getting into Taylor territory, but then a fumble here, a turnover on downs here, a missed assignment here, Richie. And LTU just kind of can't get out of their own way right now.
Absolutely piles up, but again, you just have to know Taylor's ready and prepared, and they're absolutely showing it.
Kulka going to run option left. It's in the hands of Rani with room. Chopped down as he crosses the 25. Solid gain on first down.
Love it. Run play, read that technique again. If you make him wrong as a quarterback, if he sinks, I pitch it. If he comes too wide, I keep it. And absolutely nice job. Left side of the line, coming down and sealing the other people inside. Great run, 7, 8 yards. Nice job.
Randy, the man who just ran it. Got the pitch anyway from Kulka. He's still in the game. Kulka keeps. Flag down as he escapes pressure somehow. Wallace is wide open. Jalen Wallace tightrope in the sidelines. We'll see if that play stands.
I believe we're going to have a hold this time on the O-line. Got great movement by the front of the defense on Taylor. What I mean by that is they're not just being blocked. They're working so hard to get off that block that when you grab, you expose jersey, all of a sudden you're stopped, things aren't right, and out comes the laundry.
It is indeed a flag. You just saw in the replay the holding right in the middle of your screen. So Jalen Wallace is going to make that long walk back and go, I did all that running for nothing.
And he'll
literally
say,
didn't count.
That's correct. But he will say to his quarterback, hey, thanks for keeping it alive. That was a nice job of Tyler escaping some of the pressure. A lot of hands on him. And then nice job, and we call it a scramble drill. Make yourself available in an area. And that's what he did. Unfortunately, second down and 14.
Kulka off the snap. Long throw caught on the near side of the field. Taylor brings down the man making the catch. That's Matthew Ransom out there, another former Belleville Tiger. Somewhere Jermaine Crowell smiles.
100% like all game because they're right now racking up some good plays from the Tigers, who, by the way, last night racked up a lot of really good plays in their for opener down at Wayne State.
Saying it was an impressive opener for the defending state champions.
I'll tell you what, I think they're impressive every single week.
Finally got that monkey off their back last year and won the state title.
Absolutely.
Third down. Pass incomplete. Trying to hit Williams over the middle, and it bounces off of his chest.
Absolutely a play that was not called, but absolutely what you do. The safety is too far off. Just shoot it to your guy. 100% first down if he holds it. I love the way they adapt, especially at the college level, because you got some time to plan those things. Nice job right there by the defense yet again, making us punt inside their own territory.
Sonicson, the man back deep, heading to punt it away for Lawrence Tech. Second time he'll punt today. Sonicson calling for the fair catch, and he's got it right near his 45.
So there's that flip the field. You get a phenomenal defensive stand by LTU and a booming punt by Taylor. Flips the field. They're starting for the first time on some really, really good field position over here at the 46-yard line.
Elijah McCloskey, their senior quarterback, has had to command the troops from deep in their own territory much of the night. Not so here. Cleaver the back behind McCloskey. They'll give it to him. Trying the right side. Good patient run. Ball came out. It's Lawrence Tech football. And they're coming the other way with green turf.
And he stepped out of bounds. So tough right there. Looks inside for the block to pick up. Great job by the defense, because that was ending up a really, really nice read by the running back. And I'm not sure who popped them, but number 16, Thomas Lewis, right where you're supposed to be when something happens for you. 1st and 10, Lawrence Tech.
Picking up the ball and giving yourself an excellent opportunity. And I'm sure this offense is coming on the field now going, I mean, if we don't score here, we are just a snake-bitten bunch.
And you can see what's happening with the defense. Every play we make, let's get off the field and celebrate. And I'm not kidding you right now. I am totally taking this to Southfield A&T, where I'm fortunate enough to be able to coach some guys over there. Love that.
By the way, how'd you guys do today?
It was a good day.
I heard it was a decent football game.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you like offense and you like over 100 points, now if you like defense, don't come watch, because that's not going to happen until we start getting a feel for what's going on. And we will. I promise you, our defensive coach is doing a great job. But today, win on a 2-point conversion by our quarterback, Isaiah Marshall, in overtime.
First down, Kalka. Step it up in a clean pocket. Down the middle, Wallace. First down again, Lawrence Tech. Was he down or did he lose the football? He was down.
I believe we have him down by the outside line judge out there at the 20. Again, Wallace is making himself available. I thought Tyler for sure was going to go to Reed on the corner. He ran again. He runs really, really great routes when he's able to get some separation. Check it down, get a first down. First down on the 20-yard line. Love where you want to be.
On the fringe of the red zone at the 20. Play action. Caught. Wallace again. These coaches said before the year they were impressed by his camp. How can you not be impressed? He's got 5 catches already.
Well, I just love the fact that, hey, what have we been doing really, really well? Let's just keep doing it. Now give him a little run look and throw it over the 8. Holds that, what you call extended linebacker or apex linebacker, just enough. And again, he's open, 2nd and short.
LTU knocking on the door, trying to open the scoring in the season. And a flag halts the play.
Got a little motion out of outside receiver.
You know, so Richie was just alluding to his Southfield A&T Warriors beating Cass Tech 56-54 in overtime today. Richie, that game had a lot of things. It had a lot of flags.
It had a lot of flags.
Do you want to know how many there were?
Well, you know what? I'm going to find out when I watch tape tonight till 3 in the morning, so go ahead and run it by my way.
I believe the unofficial account was 45.
Good Lord.
It's a lot of flags.
That's too many.
Hopefully the officials were paid by flag.
And probably 1,000 yards in offense or more, in all honesty.
It was a wild football game.
Wild.
You should go watch the replay. Play action, wide open man down the middle. It's C.J. Thompson for the first Lawrence Tech touchdown of the season.
Great job. Tyler holding that ball, reading. Looks like it's going to be the outside zone give that they've now had some success with. Nice little check block out of the tight end, and there goes CJ. Nobody around him. Great play call. Absolutely love it. Second part, O-line staying on the line of scrimmage. So hard. Got to make sure you do it or it's a illegal man downfield. Fabulous job. Score number 1 for Lawrence Tech.
Franco Bella, the 5'5" freshman kicker, on, and he missed the extra point.
Just a little bit wide left. I know he did not get the foot on it that he wants to. Seen him kick before. Again, first time on the field. Little jittery possibly. And a thin goalpost when you look at it sometimes.
Sometimes it gets squeezed up on you for sure. But
absolutely.
Look, if you're Lawrence Tech, with the way your offense has moved the football in this game, all you had not done is score points. You finally get it, and you kept talking about why you keep running the football. That's why you keep running the football, so you can suck them in on play action, lob it in for 6.
And when you've got a 6'5" tight end who knows, like, I got to delay this. I got to look like I'm making my block I'm supposed to look. Got to wait. It's tougher, unbelievably tough, because you know you're going to be open. So you want to leave early. Great patience. Again, one of the original players, been around a while, knows the game. Patience, touchdown, reward. Blue Devils up 6-0.
That is the formula, according to Richie Pop.
Scoring is always the formula.
I heard a rumor if you score more points than the other team, you win the game. Is
well,
that
we
how
proved
it works?
it today,
Yeah,
which
you did.
was very, very fun because
you
it was
did.
an OT game and they had scored already. And they went for 2. Our defense did a great job getting the stop they needed to, and we put it in for a conversion. Proud of our boys.
Carter Dixon, the freshman kicker from Fort Wayne, Indiana, sends it away. Taylor's going to have a chance to return it, and they'll cross the 30 and get chopped down around the 32. So overall, Richie, you've been talking about how pleased the coaching staff for Taylor should be with the way that they have played defensively. But what's potentially a fix offensively?
Well, again, I think it's a situation where you go with what's working and then play off of other things that are working, as we just demonstrated right there. Play off some success on an outside zone play and then pop it into our tight end. Keep going to the number 2 receiver. By the way, Wallace is pretty darn good.
Option play Lamb. Slipped a tackle left side. Spun out of that tackle and ran out of bounds at the 35.
Actually very well played by the outside edge people of Lawrence Tech. A little bit maybe late on that safety coming downhill on it. That said, I love that because, again, it's not a tricky kind of play, but you kind of leave a few people unblocked and try and read him. Nice job right there getting the ball outside, because inside has been tough sledding on the Lawrence Tech defense. Doing very, very well tonight.
Screen pass middle. Taylor makes the catch, and they're going to get a first down. Hudson Holbein, a 6'2" junior from here in Michigan, former Lenawee Christian high school athlete. He's got the first down.
And once again, McCloskey makes that great throw earlier. It was obviously third down and far too long to maybe think you're going to get it. But that sets up that throw for a big first down, approaching LTU territory.
Give Stephen Ellis with room on the right side. The jet sweep works for Taylor. Number 5 in purple and gold, Stephen Ellis, someone you got to keep an eye on all year. He had 88 carries as a running back last year, but they really want him as a slot guy. You just saw why they want him as a slot guy.
Well, that you get some great athletes in space, a lot of fun in football.
And got him in motion again. And everyone looking around going, wait a minute, there's got to be a flag here somewhere, right?
Yeah, but you're able to get back if no one moves. I'm very surprised that someone didn't jump up for Taylor and call that. So what happens is LTU gets back, and they're on the correct side of the neutral zone, and Taylor moves late. So now they get hit for the penalty. That's a tough one right there. Because you coach, hey, we're running freeze. Calling it on 2, calling it on 3. Be smart, don't move. When they move in college, in the pro, you have to move.
Spoken like a true coach.
100%.
Lamb up the middle. Brendan's got room. Across the middle he goes. And Taylor with an excellent run on second down, setting up third down and very short.
Really nice play call. And again, they're utilizing the player, Stephen Ellis, on eyes on him with the quarterback running an option look with him. Sure enough, pulls enough people. Here comes the cutback. Really good play for Taylor.
But they got movement again.
Again, if you don't touch a player, though.
I mean, they keep sending Ellis in motion, and every time Taylor thinks LTU's jumping.
And, you know, absolutely, the left guard there should have just popped up. It would have been first down.
Run, Scally. Look at those shifty moves. First down, Taylor, on what's quickly becoming their best drive of the game.
Absolutely, it is. Finally getting some rhythm going in there. That was a nice counter. You bring the tackle and the guard around. Kick out, turn up. Excellent job by 17, utilizing his blocks. Big first down and into LTU territory, getting deeper.
All right, back to Scally. Jitterbugging his way left. Oh, he couldn't stay in bounds. But it's hard not to love the speed and the dimension he brings to the offense.
Oh, you're not kidding, because I thought that was bottled up. He put that right foot in the ground, got outside the contained man. That hurts the defense. It is 2nd and 1. Very nice play. Lawrence Tech now has to bottle up their defense and make sure they keep them out of the end zone, the old bend, don't break theory.
Holbein with a catch. First down and more for Taylor. He won't go down. He's inside the 20. And all of a sudden, Taylor has moved into the red zone.
And I'll tell you what, what you're watching, in my opinion, is the development of that culture. They are fighting and fighting and fighting. Everybody thought it was going to be, you know, fireworks for LTU offense. Their defense playing out of their mind. And bam, getting the offense rolling. Really nice job by Taylor here. LTU's got to come up strong here, keep them out of the end zone.
They're rolling through the backs. First carry of the game for Tavon Middlebrook. And he maybe gained a yard.
Well, you see a nice job there of reading your keys. They bring that guard and tackle. You know what you're supposed to be doing. Get to your gaps. Linebacker, fill that backside A so there's no cutback. Other linebacker, make sure you're inside the end. Nice job right there, bottling them up for no gain.
McCloskey kept it off the jet sweep fake to Ellis. Put his head down and got what he could. So here we go, Richie. Third down for a Taylor team that this drive's working because they're ahead of the chains. Now it's a third down and long, so what are you thinking?
That's a fabulous point. Absolute job there. Ahead of the change. I'm looking at the defense and I'm thinking, hey, why don't we get number 5 out there, our speedy guy, Steven, and throw him the quick out pass and see what happens. I think right now the coaches are looking at what they're getting. They're seeing that apex linebacker in tight. See if they rotate down that safety. They sure do, seeing the same thing. I like the play, though.
Play action on third down. McCloskey rolling away from pressure. Tucks, runs, tackled in the open field. He does not have the first down.
Love to see him be a thrower just a little bit more. He immediately tucked that ball to be a runner, and it was a really long way to go. Stay a thrower, give someone a chance to get into an open area and pop that thing to him. I really thought he had early, Steven on there ran a wheel there. I thought he could have popped it to him early and would have had a first down. Hey, that said, they know they're in a ball game. Let's go for it, boys.
Yeah, they are going to go for it. They're passing up what would be about a 32-yard field goal.
Start with a little freeze situation, see what they get. Looks like a possible timeout. We'll talk about this a little bit as a staff.
With just about 5 minutes to go in the first half, the best drive of the game for Taylor has stalled. He got a 4th down and 6. By the way, the listed starting kicker for Taylor is number 90, Zane Schultz, who made every extra point last year, but he was 4 for 8 on field goals with a long of 42. Now, we haven't seen him kick yet today. They've had the freshman Joseph Oseki do the kicking. Do you think this decision, Richie, to go for it is we don't have confidence in our kicking game, or we think if we're going to win this game, we need to score touchdowns instead of kicking field goals?
Well, I think you've got that. You need 6, not 3. But I also think in the back pocket of every coach over there is our defense is playing really, really well. They had a super short field on a turnover, and LTU gets it in there. They've not shown us that we're breaking on what we're supposed to do with that high, potent offense. Let's go ahead and go for it here.
Right on cue, they bring out the kick team.
Absolutely, that's what we do. We set up the head coach to be smarter than the announcers, and that's how it should play out, right? That's why he does get the big bucks.
As usual, there's a reason we're up here and they're down there.
100%.
All right, so here's Schultz going to try the field goal. High snap put down. The kick is on the way. The kick is good, but there is a flag.
Very interesting if they have like an illegal participation play here, trying to jump or hit the center, which is something that happens. You can jump up, but you cannot hurdle them. It'd be very interesting. Love to see the replay on that, see if that's what the call is. And then you have a decision. Do I take 3 off the board or do I not?
I'm going to sort this out first.
It looks like the offense is coming back out.
Do you like this decision?
I think I'd have gone for it earlier. That's how much. And again, it's because you have your defense playing so well, affords you that opportunity. But coach also might be saying, we got 3, let's see what happens. They're talking it over for sure.
Now, if you do go for it, what play are you calling?
Again, I like when they expose us space and we eat the space up. I don't care which receiver it is. And I love for them, I'd fake either my jet or zone and then pop that ball out there to hold that linebacker. We call him apex, which means he's between the offensive tackle and the inside receiver. But now they're going a little bit of a stronger set, bringing in an H-back. A couple of them. A couple of slots in tight. And number 5 might have to touch this ball because he's pretty dynamic. Let's see if he doesn't get him to the flat.
Full house backfield out of the shotgun. McCloskey. He could not escape. Lawrence Tech makes the stand. Ivan Thomas, the first man there.
Absolutely phenomenal job swarming. It looked like they were going to do the old fake one-way option the other, and there were just too many white shirts swarming to the rock. Turnover on downs. Here we go, Lawrence Tech going the other way. You've got 4:49. Let's see what they can put together. Get 6 more on the board and see if they start chasing points or they kick that extra point to get their kickers some confidence on getting something through the uprights.
Last drive ended in 6 when Kolka found Thompson on a little lob pass in the red zone.
Boy, you bring up a great point. We talked earlier about making sure you develop trust with your receiver. He just put it in the big guy's hands. Here you go, my man. I'm going to feed you right there. I'm not going to lead you. Just catch it, walk in the end zone. Great job right there. Let's see if they can repeat that.
We'll start on the ground with Ranny. Started left, then ran back right. Gained an inch or 2.
Tough in that outside zone unless an opening actually develops in a cutback, meaning a defensive player probably isn't scooping down the line he's supposed to. Taylor does a good job right there. I like the start of the call, though. It's not like you've got to do anything in a hurry. Got over 4 minutes. Let's get out here and make some plays.
It's one of those deals where Lawrence Tech is trying to leave Taylor with as little time as possible.
100% right on that one.
Remember as well that Taylor gets the ball to start the second half, too. Give. Cantu on second down. Lowered his backside and just started backpedaling ahead, so he ends up gaining 3. Now you set up a 3rd down and 6 for Lawrence Tech. And all of you watching at home, highlight number 7 as he comes into your picture. He's already made 5 catches today, and 4 of them have been for first downs, Richie.
And I'm wondering if someone upstairs say, listen, I don't know why he's over there. Get him back out there. Let's see what they give us. Tyler will get us in what we need to be. How about a speed out there? Use that open area. Oh, if 35 plays some outside leverage, let's throw him inside for the slant, which I believe he has right now. We'll see.
3rd down, 6. Kolka takes the snap. Down the middle. Wallace is wide open. He dropped the ball.
But a great play call in what's happening out there is number 35 of linebackers then expected to stay with the speedy slot guy. got to take your shot. Great protection, great ball, just couldn't reel it in. Another play they'll go back to.
Another good old-fashioned football cliche. What is the hardest catch to make?
The one when you're wide open.
Not only was he wide open, that was a touchdown.
100% correct. No one was catching Mr. Wallace on that one.
Started thinking about the dance, and, well, he didn't have a chance to dance.
I like your use of the rhyme, sir.
That's why they pay me the hypothetical big bucks, Richie.
Big time.
Head and sends the punt away. This one off the side of his foot. There's that 16-foot roll you were talking about.
16 yards or more on average. It's unbelievable. But I have to say, in defense of our returner there, that would have been a really tough one for Dakota to get up in there because it was literally very, very short. Actually, nice work on the punter. I'm not sure if that's how he punts, but he played that spin of the ball and set him deeper in the territory at 35 instead of maybe that checking up somewhere around the 50.
What's the Taylor game plan on this drive?
Make sure that we take care of the football. You do not want to get ball security right here is absolutely imperative. You are at 6-0. They're elated over there. 100% ball security.
McCloskey, deep shot. First play of the drive, and he missed Ellis.
And I love it because he had him just a little bit too deep on there. Nice route, just simple go route. Gets the ball out of the hands quickly so you avoid sack opportunities for the defense. Again, he had him. He just overshoots him a little bit. First time he's gone downfield, though, today.
That was Sonicson who he overthrew, beg your pardon. Second down. Wants to set up a screen into the hands of John Thomas. And Lawrence Tech had it red right from the chute. Tommy Lappin, their leading tackler last year. Former Heartland football player making the play.
And there you can see that inside out I was talking about. Those guys come a-sticking, and they've got a whole head of steam. My young man from Taylor, he's going to make sure that he gets up the field just a little quicker, Jay Thomas.
So now it's third down for Taylor. Remember, their last drive ended in the red zone. Deep drop McCloskey, setting his feet and throwing a strike. It's Thomas for the first down.
Well, when he gets a little bit of time, the O-line did a good job there. He took a hit after, but you expect it. That's a long route. He delivers that ball right where it needs to be. Nice job. LTU going to be put to the test again. We're at about 2 minutes here. Keep him out of the end zone, boys.
2 timeouts for Taylor in their back pocket. Scally up the middle. Got a couple of inches, a couple of yards, and then he was met by Mitch Waters. Remember, 2 of the linebackers for Lawrence Tech, Waters and Lappin, were high school teammates at Heartland.
Great chemistry usually built by guys who are inside like that. And I really like the quick feet right there, that back.
Give to Thomas. There's the aforementioned Tommy Lappin. Third down here for Taylor, Richie, and we got to keep an eye on the clock as well as we're coming up on 80 seconds to go in the half.
Absolutely. Again, make sure we take care of the football. They might take another shot here, though, because you can punt them deep. Timeout LTU, smart move. Third down and long.
Timeout called by Lawrence Tech.
So a timeout for Lawrence Tech with a 6-0 lead. I got a touchdown pass from Kolka to Thompson earlier in this quarter. And they mixed the extra point. That's why it's 6-0. A programming note for you. Lawrence Tech will not be back home for just about a month. Trips to Ave Maria and St. Ambrose on September 3rd and September 17th. Then home to take on Roosevelt on the 24th, to Madonna, start of October. Indiana Wesleyan, middle of October. Then a couple of games at Siena Heights, Concordia. And then they wrap up the year with back-to-back home games against St. Francis and Marion. Heard a rumor that those are a couple of good programs.
That is, those are some big-time programs right there. They've done a phenomenal job over there putting together very, very strong programs. And, you know, when you put together a good program, you know, parents want kids to go to school, get a good education, and be a part of that because it helps them grow as human beings, and that really is what football is all about. Help them grow into fine young people moving forward in life.
Pivotal play at the end of the first half. Third down, 6.
Better job of LTU holding their water a little bit. Did not come across the line on that one. So on the other side, good job by them not jumping because he was not in the neutral zone.
Thomas the man in motion. They're running option left. Put it in his hands. It's a race to the outside, and it depends on the spot. He's short of the first down. Lawrence Tech did a great job rallying to the football.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lappin runs inside out so very well. He does a great job on that because it looks like the edge is taken away because the outside end has read by the QB. He sits just a little bit. I get my speedy guy with the ball. Great job of diagnosing that, sprinting outside, holds him to 4th and short. Be very, very surprised if they actually run this play.
McCloskey sure tried the hard count, didn't he?
Absolutely, and they've got him before, and I'm sure they said, listen, we're going to freeze them. If they come across, darn it, jump, be a first down. Great discipline, especially by the big guys up front. Hey, they want to go. Snap the rock and let me play. Nice job holding it right there, and now they're going to punt to him, and I'm sure they're planning on a good return, and maybe we take a shot at the end zone a couple times.
You know, Richie, we opened the broadcast talking about this Taylor program and how impressed you are with their head coach, Aaron Mingo, about the type of young men he's trying to bring into the program, what he's trying to build. But how do you think he feels about this first half?
I'm telling you right now, they're so excited they have to contain it. I mean, you come into a stadium that's on the road, it's your first game, you realize it's their first game. A ton of experience, a program that's been building since day one. And they're doing great. They've got an experienced leader, and you can go into half possibly at 6-0. They are elated over there without being overjoyed. Hey, we got to fix this, got to do that. We can do this, got to get that. And they'll get their offense together. They had a great drive and got stalled.
So here comes the punt unit, as you guessed. Oseki going to punt it again. It's 4th down and 2 from the 41. Lawrence Tech doesn't even have anyone back deep right now. They're good old-fashioned punt safe here.
Yeah, I think they're just in case. Go ahead and do that. Timeout, set something up.
They just burned their last timeout, so you would assume they can't quite take a knee because Taylor has a couple of timeouts. But now this is clearly, hey, no funny business on this play.
Absolutely. Hey, if they run the fake, stop them. We'd be close enough to use the sidelines as our timeout. Don't forget, on a first down, it also stops in college, so that's helpful as well. And right now they're saying, hey, it's not what we want here. This is certainly not the half we wanted to play offensively. Defense, though, let's look on the other side. They don't have any points. By the way, if the other team doesn't score, they can't beat you. So I'm sure that's what's going on. So you got the defense playing very well. Offense will catch up. And early on in the season, that's often what you do see is the defense is a little bit ahead of the game most often. Sometimes you get some special situations where the offense is clicking because they are older. I assume that's what's going to happen here in the second half.
We were telling you the schedule for Lawrence Tech. As for Taylor, they're home to take on Judson on the 3rd next Saturday. Then a trip in-state to Butler, and then a couple of home games to wrap up September.
That's a tough one in Butler. I'll tell you that right now.
They got the offense back on the field. What do you think of this?
Again, I think their thought is, one, maybe we try and draw them off again if we have to punt 5 yards further. Or, hey, let's see what can happen. Again, our D is playing phenomenally well.
They're going to go for it. McCloskey keeps, and he's got the first down. I don't know if Aaron Mingo's a gambling man, but he sure looked like it on that decision.
I'll tell you what, he's seeing his offensive line working pretty cohesively. We've run the jet with some success. Read the 3 or 5 technique, and if he goes outside, my man, Mr. McCloskey, turn it up in there. Sure turned out to be a pretty good call.
And you still have a ton of time with some timeouts left as well. Give up the middle. Scalley's got a lot of room. He gets a block on the outside. Inside the 5.
So you asked me a little bit earlier how that staff is feeling. They're feeling really good right now because I am sure Coach Mingo's saying, doggone it, I should have kept that 3 on the board. Because obviously as a coach, hindsight is always 20/20. second guessing yourself. Let it go. It's happened. It's done. Look at what you got going right here on the offense. LTU on the other side, hey, let's keep that goose egg on that board.
This would be the entire definition of bend but don't break.
100%.
Back to Scally. Up the middle. Tried to lean forward. He didn't get there.
Once again, Lappin coming downhill after he sees what his key does. He makes it. Zero hesitation. Get up the field. And Skelly has really brought some dynamic work to this offense for Taylor.
Back to him, nothing. LTU blows him up in the backfield, and Taylor calls the timeout. Now, the clock is continuing to run. There should be 7 or 8 seconds on the clock. They'll get that fixed. But, Richie, this is what I wonder. You're basically now going to have to take one shot to the end zone and then kick. You may end up in a situation where you have a timeout left when maybe you shouldn't have a timeout left.
Yeah, that's correct. 100% on that. Those timeouts are, man, they're tough when you give them up, but you love when you have them in your pocket, which is where Taylor is sitting right now. It's a good job. And then you have a situation where Mitch Waters, and this is what I love, if a defensive guy goes up the field, that play doesn't happen. He screams down the line of scrimmage knowing what his job is, tackle for loss, set them up in a situation where they've got to make a decision now. Some coaches, well, there is 7 seconds, so they certainly have an opportunity to get one play off. Something quick, maybe a fade to the outside, and then kick the ball if they end up not scoring.
Well, Taylor on their last drive was stuffed on a 4th down and 1 inside the red zone. And they don't get any points here. Is there such a thing as a double backbreaker? Because that would be it.
This would be it, 100% right.
Couple of backs with McCloskey. Play action. Looking right. Throwing right. Incomplete. They were hoping for Sonicson, but great defense from Mackenzie Ellabry on the outside. The Walled Lake Western alum makes the play.
Boy, they're really happy for him at the Warrior Land right now. Nice job right there. You know, we got a pair of 7s. They're coming up 7s. And they're doing a really nice job each side of the ball.
Does this mean you and I have to go play some blackjack later? Is that what you're saying?
That can happen. It's not too far from here. Jump on that lodge.
Night is young. Schiltz on to tack on the 3, and it's good. So Taylor, as the first half ends, does slim the deficit to 6-3, but Richie, you just made the great point. Hindsight's 20/20. Now Aaron Mingo is sitting, gee, if I would have kicked the field goal earlier, it'd be tied instead of a 3-point ball game.
But he's got to go in and just listening to him speak and understanding what he's doing. Hey, guys, that's in the past. We can't change it. We came down. It is 6-3. We are right where we want them. They've got one score, and that's because they had such a short field on the turnover. Defense, you are playing amazing. They are fired up over there, and rightfully so, 100%.
We got a football game in the first one of the year from Lawrence Tech. Home team up, but it's just 6-3. Stay tuned. After a short ad break, we're going to have the LTU Marching Band on at halftime. Richie and I'll shut up so you can listen to them uninterrupted. And then we'll be back for the start of the second half. Good one. 6-3 Lawrence Tech on the LTU Sports Network.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
I've never seen him in person. I've only ever seen videos.
You didn't see him at lacrosse? Or he was wearing jeans
The band is under the direction of Anthony Case, assisted by Assistant Director Brian Rowland, Percussion Director Richard Case, Color Guard Instructor Brianna Wilson, and Drum Major Ellen Forsberg.
Alrighty, we're back at Lawrence Tech in a football game where before you probably wouldn't have guessed that this would be the score. Lawrence Tech does lead. It's 6-3. Evan and Richie back with you. Thanks for making us a small part of your Saturday, wherever you may be. Richie is leaning in front of me right now looking at the first half stats. Anything catching your eye?
Yeah, I think it's always interesting when you look at stats of a 6-3 game and you wonder what's going on really. You know, one side of the ball, you got 151 yards and a touchdown, which is where Lawrence Tech put the ball in. On the other side, you got 50 yards. You don't have a ton of rushing yards, and you just begin to wonder what's going on over there. And, again, I just allude to the defense for Taylor has played absolutely out of their minds, and they're in the right spots. And I'm very interested to see what type of changes and modifications Lawrence Tech puts together with this high-powered offense. And then the Taylor side, hey, guys, we ended on a phenomenal drive. Great job. We end up down 3 points. Promise you, they're elated, but the expectation is we've set ourselves up to win this football game. And I mentioned earlier to you as we were talking about off the air, the better team never wants, supposedly, the lesser team to hang around, because that confidence builds and builds and builds. And you saw that in their QB. You saw that in the running game. See what happens right now with some adjustments and who makes the right ones.
Those guys in purple and gold coming back in the field have got themselves a fist fight. And the guys in white and blue are walking back on the field hoping that at some point they can figure out a knockout punch or two. There's no such thing as 2 knockout punches. It only takes 1.
That's correct, sir, because you're out. But I'll tell you what, I think when they are driving up here in their conversations, that's what they said. Let's turn it into a backyard brawl, which then takes the explosiveness out of the players on LTU out of the equation because we're playing so strong, and that's exactly what you got going.
Cleaver and Middlebrook, the men back deep. Carter Dixon, the freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Homestead High School going to kick it away. First ball game of the year for both of these teams, and we're in a slugfest. Dixon's kick. Cleaver lets it bounce. Checks up on him. He's got room right side. Cutting back to the middle. And he's down near the 40. Great start to the second half for Taylor.
I'll tell you what, things just play out funny. They end up scoring at the end of the half. Of course, second questioning, possibly taking the 3 off the board. But they know they also get the ball back. This is the perfect scenario. Big return out to the 40-yard line. Hey, let's go. See what they got here for Lawrence Tech. Lawrence Tech staying. Hey, let's stop him here and not get him in the end zone. Get a turnover. Make him punt.
Elijah McCloskey back in the field for Taylor. 5 for 10 in the first half, 50 yards. Tried to run it 3 times, but gained exactly 0 total yards.
But he had that big 4th down run.
Pitch, Lamb left. Turns it up. Makes a hit as he goes out of bounds.
Extremely fortunate that that's not a penalty call. He was clearly out of bounds. Again, got to play smart. Again, though, lapping inside out with a fast runner carrying the ball in on the play. Could have been disastrous. They changed their scheme and brought 3 guys inside for blocking. Nice play by Taylor.
Back to Lamb up the middle. Guess who? Tommy Lappin right in the middle. It's going to be 3rd down, maybe 3 for Taylor.
Love when that happens on cue. Call a kid for doing something really well. Next play, bam, right back at it. 1 outside for sprinting, 1 inside for being a tough-nosed football player.
Every once in a while, you got to make it sound like the broadcasters know what the heck they're talking about.
Yeah, not too often, but every once in a while, I agree with you.
Once in a while. Klosky tried a hard count. Lawrence Tech didn't bite.
And I'm sure on both sides they had their conversations. Hey, watch your key. When he moves, you stay home. You go. Taylor says, if they jump, somebody move for me.
Lamb again. Room right up the middle. Brendan Lamb inside the 5.
Boy, what an explosive inside run. McKenzie does a great job of pulling him down. Absolutely exploded. The O-line creating just a little crease, and then bam, Lamb takes advantage of it. they've got a big thing going here. First and goal on the 5-yard line.
Brendan Lamb was Taylor's leading rusher last year, carried it 125 times and scored 7 touchdowns. Taylor hasn't scored a touchdown yet this year, but they're knocking on the door. Scally, the back behind McCloskey. He was their scat back, quote unquote, in the first half.
Love his quick feet. Love his quick feet.
That time there was no space for those sweet quick feet to move as Ryan Crowley suffocated up the space.
Excellent job of closing that gap because it was there and then they closed quickly, and that's what you want on defense. Very short gain. Their objective now, keep them out of the end zone. If they kick it and make it, that's fine. We'll come back with a strong offensive performance. Don't break. Take care of business, defense.
Brendan Lamb back in the field after one play off. They give it to him. He's tripped up as he goes inside the 5. Pivotal 3rd down and goal, to say the absolute least.
Boy, I love that, bringing that receiver on that orbit motion, knowing he's in man. It makes the defender come all the way across. So upstairs they're saying, hey, do we got the H or the tight end in the flat if we fake that? Or do we use him on the option because they didn't run with him? Interesting call coming up right here.
They bring Allison Holbein, 2 wide receivers in, on a 3rd down goal from the 3 of Lawrence Tech. 3rd straight drive, Taylor has gone into the red zone. Give Ellis. That was going nowhere as soon as it was snapped. DeMarcus Bush, the first man to make the hit, and Taylor again has to settle for a 3-point try.
So everything they wanted to happen in LTU happens. Taylor is, doggone it, we got to go for 3 here and hopefully tie this football game. Great penetration. Penetration from the defense just absolutely destroys offensive football.
Schiltz on to try to tie the game. The snap and hold are perfect, and the kick is perfect.
Well, they got themselves a heck of a kicker. You know, hey, again, first game, we've seen some things, some jitters take over. He has absolutely been solid as a rock. Tie game into the 3rd quarter. Again, over there, great first drive. We scored now 2 times in a row. Let's keep building on that. Defense, go do your thing. You've held them to 6. Let's put another goose egg, get us that ball back.
Just about 4 minutes into the 3rd quarter. There's 11:11 to go. Tie game at 6. So you'd have to imagine Taylor, they're disappointed, but they're happy the game's tied. What's Lawrence Tech's motto and mode here as they go back on offense?
Well, absolutely. Their motto is, we've got fireworks. Let's start seeing them exploding right now because they do. And we'll see what happens on the return for setting up field position because they've got a couple of great returners, very good athletes. And then get something going offensively. That's what you want to see. Stick one in the end zone, kick the extra point, and go up 7.
Number 4, Frank Black, and number 9, Chris Broaden are the 2 men back deep. Broaden was the one who had a really great return to start the game for Lawrence Tech. What would you know about him?
Well, he's a pretty good athlete, number 1. He's right down the road, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yeah, Southfield A&T.
Absolutely. Not there when I was coaching. It's only my 2nd year, but I've heard a lot of great things about him as a person and a heck of an athlete.
This kick is fielded by Chris at the goal line. Chance for another big return. Man, isn't he shifty? That's one of those returns where even though you don't reach the 25, you come away with a smile because you make a couple of men miss.
Absolutely. Just going to mention real quick, Shane Lockenary is the older brother of Cole, who's a receiver on Lawrence Tech, was a special teams coordinator last year. They were 2nd in the country on return teams. So he's probably going, hey, great job. We call that, catch that ball on the 1, 25-yard return. Love it. Great job by the special teams play, setting us up. Let's get a first down and keep them rolling.
Is that the obligatory Brother Rice reference on the broadcast?
100%. And aloha to his parents in Hawaii. There you go. A full complement of all the family right now.
Are you sure there's no more Lockenarias that the Brother Rice Warriors can pull out of the woodwork to play receiver?
Goodness, would they love a couple.
Kalka keeps. Throwing over the middle. Wallace, the juggle and the catch. He may have lost the ball. It's on the turf. Lawrence Tech falls on it. Williams, the guy who fell on it, It's the 6th catch of the game for Wallace, but he has had trouble hanging on to the ball at times tonight.
Yeah, I believe that's kind of a focus issue again. Like you mentioned earlier, when you're wide open, that's the least amount of focus. When there's a guy pulling you and hitting you and you've got contact, you focus up. I bet he develops that over this year to keep that focus even though I'm wide open.
It is a first down for Lawrence Tech. Ranny will run. Good one, too. Cross midfield to Taylor's 48, second down and medium coming up.
And I believe what you're seeing are some adjustments being made. You bring that drag out of the number 2 across. Hey, we've hit him in the flat, run that outside zone look, and then bring him across. They play that run hard, come underneath, as we saw in the tight end pass for a touchdown. Same concept, different player.
Flag stops this one. A couple of them.
I believe that's going to be an illegal snap because I do not believe Taylor was in the neutral zone. Little motion call.
So the clock frozen with 9:58 to go in the third quarter. Taylor just drove down on their first drive of the second half and got a field goal to tie the game. They've been in the red zone their last 3 times with the ball. They got stopped on 4th and 1 from inside the 15 and then had to settle for a couple of short field goals. But this game is tied.
See a couple adjustments, I believe, offensively. They've done a nice job at Lawrence Tech. Got to make sure and eliminate those penalties, especially unforced errors.
And another flag. This one going to be for delay again.
That one's on Tyler, and he knows it. He's upset with himself. He's got a big old clock at the end of the field. He's got to check that out, get that play off. So you get a nice completion for a big play. We drop the ball, we recover it. Then you get a nice run. It becomes 2nd and 5, and right out of the gate, couple of penalties. 2nd down and 14, different scenario, 100%.
This will certainly change the complexion of a drive. Kalk with a half roll left, plants his feet, throws a strike. Wallace again. Catch number 7 and another first down.
And again, the point is made. He's got someone right in his back. Tyler throws a strike, but great focus, using his hands. First down, and what a way to bring back the drive, right? Couple penalties, that's okay. Let's go get 16 to 20 yards and make it first down and 10 again.
Tyler Kalko looking to the sidelines. Former member of the Chippewa Valley High School football program, which has had so much success. Randy up the middle, and he actually lost a yard. Kalka's former Chippewa Valley, well, not teammates because they're a lot younger than him, but they picked up a big win in their first game of the year. Came back from down double digits at Catholic Central on Thursday night. Won that game 20-16.
Wow, that's an excellent victory right there. It's tough to come back against that team. Always very, very strong on defense. They've changed their offense a little bit. Tyler's brother Josh right now is watching this. He's also quarterback at Wayne State.
Kalka throws. It's low and caught. Williams makes the catch. And now this is where all those unforced errors frustrate you. This should be at least 3rd down short. Instead, it's 3rd down and 8.
100%. He needs to put that ball so his great athlete can keep running. Throws it behind him. He has to fall. That all said, they've got confidence in their offense. They're moving the ball forward. It's not going backwards. They'll have to take what they get.
Kalka's got the snap. Looking left, firing that way. Guess who? Jalen Wallace made a man miss. Another first down. The Belleville Tiger, the former one anyway, he's sure roaring tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, again, hey, let's just keep rolling with what works for us. Number 2 on a speed out, send our great guy deep. It's just so hard to cover. They're going to have to make some type of change and come off him. And then, of course, when they do, and the safety has to get all the way over to number 1, Mr. Reed, then they go downfield.
LTU in business again. This is not going to help. A terrible snap. Kalka circled around that ball and finally fell on it, but a disastrous play. A loss of 23 on first down.
That's a tough one. As a QB now, of course, you're upset that that happened. But you can't just start getting all over your guy. You just got to tell him, hey, we got to have that snap. Let's go. Because those guys in the trenches are going to make the difference somewhere along the line in this ball game. Great job by Tyler. We literally worked the fumble drill where you circle it because you want to take a look at what's coming. If you can pick it up and make something happen, great. If not, you circled it, you surrounded it, fall on it. We don't like second and long, but it's our football, not theirs.
Kolka on second and forever. Overshoots his man. Too tall for Thompson. And you tell me, Richie, you got any plays for third down 32?
Well, I'll tell you what, I believe, unfortunately, he went to the double-covered man, almost triple-covered, and when he has a receiver hanging out over here, just probably lost the thought that he's hanging out. You shoot him the ball, see what can happen. As for third and 32, maybe you take a shot here, maybe you run a screen here. It's a long way to go, but you're thinking, hey, I got to get something. We can either pin them or maybe we break something. I got great athletes. Might want to involve Wallace.
Kolka going to take a shot. Down the sidelines, incomplete. Williams had a step on his defender, but at the last second, Taylor knocked it away and set up fourth down. Great defense by the defensive back wearing 18, that's Xavier Bagley.
Great job. He was absolutely beat. Ball's underthrown. Tips the ball out of bounds. Harmless to them. LTU saying, hey, let's pin him, hold him down, flip the field. Taylor saying, hey, great job on defense yet again. And make sure we get a catch here. Return for whatever we can get it. Get a couple of first downs, and again, flip the field.
Heading to punt for the third time tonight for Lawrence Tech. And it's a very short punt. Taylor telling everyone to get away. And that punt netted 12 yards.
Once again, I cannot stress enough when a pressure is put on a punter or kicker at all, just like a QB, you start rushing. And I'm sure that's what happened. And he saw that flash of purple. And by the way, they were in there pretty strong. And he just needs to be a little more patient and kick it how you kick it.
Taylor's offense back on the field with a chance to take the lead.
I'd like to see what Mr. McCluskey does here.
They start with a run to Lamb, who is ripping off chunk yardage. Brendan Lamb in a foot race. And he is down inside the 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, same play, opposite side. He just hits that crease fast and makes all the difference in the world. If you're slow to that hole, much like a linebacker coming to fill the hole, bad things are going to happen. He hit that thing 100 miles an hour. Great job by the O-line preparing it, obviously, with their seal blocks and outside blocks, and he exposed it big time. And you notice they didn't bring in another running back this time. They kept him in. I wonder if he's going to carry it again.
Oh, the ball is on the turf, and McCloskey falls on it. But now Taylor all of a sudden had first and goal from the 1. That's second and goal from the 6.
Yeah, Mr. McCloskey's very upset. The rule of thumb there is you know you're pulling it. Just make it look like something and then pitch the ball or keep the ball. Love the call. This has been working very, very well. You know they're going to suck in on the running back. He had the orbit guy motion behind the QB as a pitch man. Tough one right there.
They flip it to the man in motion, Thomas. And Lawrence Tech runs to the ball well, wraps him up and sets up third down goal.
Very, very good defensive play right there. Nice job making sure you keep the edge. Don't let him get outside, and then the sideline becomes your friend. Let that be the tackler. Only a very short gain. Third and goal inside the 5.
Taylor's 4th trip into the red zone tonight. They still haven't scored a touchdown. McCloskey flipping it near side with space and a convoy and a touchdown. It's Dakota Sonicson.
Boy, I'll tell you, I love that because you know they're going to be man-to-man defense on that wide receiver. who simply pushes it into the end zone, goes to the slant route. The defensive back, the corner in this case, has to run with him. He's my guy. And then the convoy of blockers to pick up the inside-out runners. Great design, and what a great time to call it. And lo and behold, Taylor's on top here.
Believe it or not, Schiltz kicks the PAT. It's 13 unanswered for Taylor. They've got a touchdown. And the home team, Lawrence Tech, in trouble.
And I'll tell you what, you look now, that's 3 out of 4 of the last drives have been scores or deep in the territory. Lawrence Tech has got to get something offensively. The defense is now playing a lot. They've got to get a string of first downs together, take care of their business, and they'll be fine. Go score. That's just score. Can't change anything that's happened before. Let's make it happen right now, and I'm sure that's what they're talking about over there.
You look at offensively for Lawrence Tech. Jalen Wallace has been the star of the night, 8 catches. It's almost like a force field, though. They get to the 20, 25-yard line, and then everything just halts.
Boy, I'll tell you what, and you see often with offenses that what do you call fast break, you're playing fast, got great athletes. Sometimes you need to go to that power game to get you over that hump because everything can't come from 20 and out. Eventually, you've got to be able to do some stuff and put it together in there. They had the short drive. They used the run game and threw behind it. Let's see if they go back to some of that right now. And, of course, all that said, guys, let's just get the ball to our guys in space and let things happen.
Oseki will kick it deep for a Taylor team that all of a sudden looks up at that scoreboard and can smile. First lead of the night.
Absolutely. Coach Mingo is absolutely fired up.
Chance for a return for Lawrence Tech. Brodin's already busted a big one. Got away from the pack. Couldn't get away from it again. They tackle him at the 21.
No give up on anybody there. Love the effort right there. Hit 4 or 5 times, pinballing around, just kept going, kept going, kept going. Again, speaks to the tone that's being set here. And we're seeing the same thing at Taylor. And I promise you, they talked about that, Coach Mingo. Hey, this is a program we can, emulate a little bit, guys. They've got a great culture. They're growing. Last year had a phenomenal year. Let's go ahead and do our business and take care of Taylor. So far, it's right where they are on top.
So now the pressure firmly on Lawrence Tech, trailing for the first time tonight. They'll start with a run that barely gains anything.
Love the job there. They bring that H across the formation, take care of the outside end, and of course what that becomes here in a play or 2 or 5 is you slip him into the flat as you run off your dynamic receivers, and they've got to cover them because they've got to honor that deep route, and you throw it underneath, and it's a big play.
2nd down and 9 for Kolka.
Right on
drop
cue.
and a throw. There it is to Thompson. Always takes a couple of men to bring him down. He's a big dude, 6'5", 255. He is wrapped up at the 30. Awfully close to the first down, just about a yard and a half shy.
Yeah, you'd love for your defensive end to go ahead and chip him a little bit so it's not so easy a pass play. So much easier said than done. He's reading a down block. Someone has come to kick him out. He's got to squeeze that edge so his linebackers are taken care of to play outside. Little 3-yard toss, 9-yard gain.
3rd down and barely 1. Give Cantu. Running left. Didn't need much. Didn't gain much. It is a first down. Colin Wolford did a great job stepping in to make the hit, but Lawrence Tech gets what they need, and they can breathe a little bit.
Yep, on the offensive side of the ball, hey, get first downs, get first downs, get first downs. We'll get the play. Just keep getting first downs. It's the kind of game where you have to, conquer the mundane so you can conquer the monumental.
Did you trademark that, or can I borrow that sometime?
Use it all you want. It's a great statement.
Wow. Big day for me. Kolka with time. Long throw to the far side, and it's caught. Tip your cap to Kolka. That's a heck of a throw. And a better catch, tight rope on the sidelines by Terrell Cunningham.
Yeah, phenomenal job once again using your hands. Receivers got to watch that. Don't let that get to your body, because on contact what happens is the ball hits you, defender hits you, ball's loose. Instead, secure it with the hands, pull it down. Nice first down play, 2nd and short.
Got to get to the 42. A run to the right side and lose some yardage. Rennie was not going anywhere. Avon Jones eventually makes the stop. So now, Richie, what you calling here on 3rd down, 3-4 yards? What do you think?
Is number 7 in the game? So if I'm on defense, I'm looking for him because he's made play after play after play after play. Am I going to put my guy inside leverage or outside leverage? You could see they're bracketing him. I like the slant here from him. Fake that run gain, run the slant.
Kalka looking left. Going up. Trying to make the catch, Jaden Rembert.
Wow.
He made the catch. Oh, man.
Again, secured with the hands. Absolutely phenomenal job. And I'll tell you what, a huge play because of where we are in the game and they're down. More than anything else, nice job keeping the fire going. Good ball, good protection, but a great catch.
Potentially a game-saving catch. Still a lot of time to go. Pitch Cantu. Got a block on the outside. And then Taylor rallied to the ball as he got exactly to midfield. Gain of 2.
So the opposite side of the coin is when you try and block with the slot on a, extended linebacker who's apex, it's tough because they're big, strong, tight kids. Not a nickelback. He's a linebacker, and it was just really tough right there. He makes a nice play holding it up. 1 yard, 2 yard gain. See what can happen here on 2nd and 8.
Could be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Play action for Kalka. Pocket collapse, and he's sacked.
Got to get that one over the head of somebody or at the feet of somebody. You just can't take that sack. I promise you in film, well, he'll probably watch it tonight, but in the session tomorrow, they'll talk about just that. Hey, we're starting to drive. Throw the ball away. It would have been 3rd and 8 instead. 3rd and 14, a much more difficult play to make right here.
10 unanswered in the 3rd quarter for Taylor, and as we go to the 4th, we got a ball game. Taylor 13, LTU 6. We're back after a short break on the LTU Sports Network.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
Long for Lawrence Tech to start the 4th quarter as they trail 13-6. They got to get to Taylor's 42.
Got to take care of some business here.
Kalka, throw. Thompson, catch. Long way to go. He's not even close. What do you make of that call?
Well, number one, I like getting into your guy because he's a playmaker. Tough to ask him to make that many yards. But again, I got to go back to the fact that Taylor is on all of it. You have not had anyone that's, other than the pass play to the tight end down low, which is probably one of the most difficult to defend on a run fake. Other than that, they have been on it. They have just a phenomenal job coaching over there and knowing what's going on with such an explosive offense you face.
Lawrence Tech rolling the dice. They're going for it. 4th down, deep shot, incomplete. Hoping for Rembert and Reese Pinckney, the freshman, playing his first college game, was with him step for step.
And does a nice job, again, utilizing their body to push the receiver wider than he wants to go. What they'd like to have as a receiver is you're somewhere closer to the number, so when your quarterback fades you to the sideline, you've got room comfortably to make it. Tyler just overshot that one. Really tough one. When they watch film, they'll see Mr. Williams wide open on the right-hand side, but I'm sure that was something he dictated that's going to happen at the snap of the ball.
The last 13 points in this game belong to the road team. And those Taylor Trojans back on offense. McCloskey play action.
I love that route.
Looking for Thompson.
Love
he
that
underthrew him and got a flag, too. It's going to be on Jordan Morris.
So what you've got is an outside receiver who has in motion. Then instead of like coming, because it looks like it's going to be some type of cross across the field or something of that nature, then he puts his foot in the ground and gets up that seam. He throws that ball where he's supposed to, a little deeper. They have a chance for a big play. That said, it's going to be first down here on a pass interference call.
A gift for Taylor. Sometimes even when you underthrow the ball, good things can happen. And frankly, anything Taylor's doing right now, good things are happening.
I'll tell you what, you bring up a great point. We talk to our quarterbacks all the time. If he's the corner or safety's on top of your guy, throw the back shoulder. If you don't have the throw the back shoulder, make it short. How many times do you see monster plays where a guy comes back 5 or 7 yards and it's a 25-yard gain? Don't try and beat him if he's not there.
Scally the back behind McCloskey on first down. He's running up the middle with room. The jitterbug is gone. Dylan Scally, touchdown.
I'll tell you what, again, he, in my opinion, has made a monster difference. He didn't come in until a little bit later in the first quarter, and he is tough, number one, to find, and then he has got a burst like nobody's business, and then you give it to your bigger back, Lamb, and he's exploding through there. Taylor right now jumping for joy. 14 minutes to go in the game and looking to go up 20-6.
Schultz hasn't missed a kick yet tonight. Still hasn't missed.
Add another one to the list. I'm extremely impressed with their kicking game as a whole, in particular on this type of situation. LTU has got to put a drive together where they're not shooting themselves in the foot, be it a bad snap, be it a penalty or a sack. They've got to just keep putting it together, and if not, it's going to be troublesome coming back, as we all know.
You know, Richie, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, Lawrence Tech in the first half, they're moving the ball up and down the field. Yeah, they weren't scoring touchdowns for much of it, but they did lead 6-0. Off the top of your head, was there a moment where this game flipped? I'm trying to rack my brain for a specific moment. It's just kind of been a slow Taylor tidal wave.
Well, I think you really nailed it. I think the defense for Taylor has sparked the offense for Taylor. How often do you see that big play, the big catch, the big run sparks the defense? I think it's flip-flopped. I think they said we need to be in a slugfest because they got great athletes. We're not going to lie to you. But it's about us doing what we need to do, and that's what they've done. Consequently, the offense says, hey, now wait a minute, man. It's 6-3. It's 6-6. Let's keep playing. And they've popped 3 now, monster runs. Great job of staying in it. And again, I'm going to mention it again, creation of a culture of we expect to win. Love it.
Oseki has been a busy man. He's kicking the ball away again. Taylor has scored 20 unanswered points.
We've seen big returns. LTU needs another one. They got a chance. Got a chance.
Chris Broaden at his 10, and the turf monster got him.
That's a tough one.
It's just been that kind of night.
I'll tell you what, you're absolutely right, Evan. That's a great call. It's been that kind of night. You look at Taylor with an underthrown ball, get a PI, bang, next play touchdown. You got a nice little lane to run and possibly get a nice big return their side of the field. Who knows with the great athlete, and he ends up tripping himself up. That's a tough one. So all that said, can't change one thing. There's 13:54 here in the fourth. Hey, LTU, let's get it going offensively. Put one in. Let's see what happens as we get closer to 4 minutes in this game.
I mean, there is still so much time to go.
Absolutely.
Just tough to remember that with the way this half has gone.
No, you're right. You're right.
Kalka throwing on first down. Sets his feet. Down the middle, wide open man. That's a good start to the drive. Terrell Cunningham, the big catch.
So then you got a phenomenal job. Number one, the O-line securing the edge. Number two, Tyler looking, okay, first check down. First read, not there. Second read, not there. Get your eyes back. You've got time. And unfortunately, here we go again. Shot ourselves in the foot with the penalty. Got to make sure you're taking care of business and not doing that to yourself.
Again, been that kind of night. You get a big play, good start to the drive, back him up because of a penalty.
And I did not see the call, but I believe it was an alignment where the receiver should not have gone downfield, caught a pass, because he was probably off the line of scrimmage he needed to be on.
Kolka off the fake. Hit as he threw, but it's caught. Jaden Rembert, what a play! He's still going across midfield.
Again, the excitement, the acceleration, get the ball in the hands of playmakers. But now let's string it together. String it together. You don't want that force field at the 20 again, as you mentioned earlier, because you nailed it. That's exactly what's been happening. A lot of yards, not a lot of points yet. They're looking to turn that around right now.
Back into Taylor territory, where it feels like LTU's been all game, but just the 6 points. Kolka to throw again. Down the seam, incomplete. He zipped it by Thompson.
That's a tough throw, I do know that, but the objective there is get it over the shoulder of the linebacker. He's running down the field. He's very difficult to play on the seam route, especially with this big receiver. Get the ball in the face mask of your guy, see what happens. Overshot him, trying to make that throw where he's coming inside a little bit instead of just right over the linebacker's shoulder. In here, in this case, it's the safety.
So second down, 10. Play action again for Kolka. Deep shot again. Incomplete, Miss Williams. Third down.
Tyler got ripped on that one. He is a tough customer. I came to a game last year against St. Francis, and he was beat up. They played extremely hard, and he just kept coming back. So this is not going to deter him. They just need to put something together here. Getting close to, are we in 4-down territory in terms of scoring?
They did go for it on 4th down on the last drive.
That's right.
Third down long. Kolka takes another shot, and it's incomplete. That was a free rusher coming right for his rib cage, and he is slow to get up.
Well-timed blitz call. You expect it on 3rd and long, and even though you expect it, you're as a Q trying to hold it and make that throw. I think the offense is staying on the field. See if we can't get a first down on 4th and 10.
What are you calling on 4th down 10?
You know what? I just like him getting the ball out of his hand. You're going to expect some pressure here, and he'll obviously take a look. O-line talking, hey, could we have, our 5 guys and their 5? We got a back so we can cover 6. Are they going to bring this edge rusher outside? There he comes. Great fanning. Nice job.
Brought down to the backfield. He ran out of time. Taylor gets the big stop on 4th down. Ho-Jun Yoon. It is all Taylor in the second half.
Boy, I'll tell you, once again, I don't mind the call because you're rolling out when you know pressure's coming. They actually rolled away from pressure. Great job. Just have to do, and again, this has a lot to do with first time. My receivers, he's rolling away from you, and you're not getting it. Broken pocket rules. Start getting your body towards the quarterback so he can see it. He had 1 receiver bracketed by 3 defenders. Really tough on that one.
A running option left. Lamb gets it with a lot of space. He's tripped up as he approaches the first down marker. He's a yard or 2 shy. Man, Richie, you're watching that play going, man, there are a lot of ways this could go wrong, but it ends up working out for Taylor.
They got a couple things going on it. Number one, they end up beating the edge, and that is always troublesome if you're a defense and let the edge give up because there's just lots of space. But number 2, the peel back blocks, not approaching the line of scrimmage, but down the line of scrimmage, make that play right there. But Lamb is one explosive big runner. To see how strong he is, they're doing a great job.
It's honestly a shame that He hasn't scored a touchdown tonight.
100% right on that one.
Lamb again, trying to pick his way through the O-line. He's a little bit short of the first down. I got to get to the 40, and he got to the 40 and a half.
Absolutely. And now you're on the other side going, look, we would love to pick this thing up. If not, pin them deep because they've not shown that they can go, I don't know, even 80 yards. So let's make sure to get our defense a chance. This is now we're coaching to play defensive game. Not that they're not playing to win, don't get me wrong, but this is absolutely coached to your defense.
Lamb, first down. He needed a half a yard, and he got 2.
And again, I love the fact that they gave McCloskey the opportunity. If you want to pull it and get outside, but being a senior, you've learned a lot of football. You know what? I'm going to pound it in there because we are playing smart here. That's really what I meant to say about playing kind of defensive football. Just playing intelligent football. And they'll run down the clock, and they're not going to play fast. You've got all kinds of elements coming in here. Tell you what, very well coached football team. Both sides are. They're just making more plays, honestly.
They're running that play clock. They snap it at 3. Scally with speed again. Wrangled down by Bush on the outside. You know, talking to the coaches, Richie, getting ready for this ball game, Aaron Mingo certainly had a quiet confidence about him. And the thing that he was confident about, frankly, the group that we need to be talking about more, is the offensive line for Taylor. 3 senior starters, all on the right side of the line. Also a sophomore starter and a junior starter. And they just keep leaning on LTU all night long.
And I'll tell you what, I mentioned at the broadcast, the head coach being the O-line coach is a huge benefit because that's what he takes care of. And, man, as you mentioned it, really paying off.
McCloskey kept it after an elongated fake to Stephen Ellis.
Very
keep
good.
moving ahead, third down.
Very good read. LTU takes the outside away on that jet sweep. Positive yards, positive yards, positive yards. I'll tell you what, as well as they're kicking the ball tonight, I wouldn't doubt they'd take a 40-yarder. See what happens here on third down and long.
Longest their kicker, Zane Schultz, made last year was 42.
Okay, well, they'll obviously come into play in their decision-making process. And how short is our fourth down play?
Right. Right now you're sitting about a 51-yarder.
Yep, that's a long one.
Yeah. Any level of football.
But he's doing a good job. He's got confidence out the wazoo as well.
McCloskey throwing, caught. Ellis, first down Taylor. He was a running back last year. He's a wide receiver this year. And he just picked up a monster first down.
Again, I can't emphasize enough, the defense is giving us the flat throw. It's third and short. O-line, again, you mentioned it, phenomenal job keeping them out. Great job, great call. Clock is moving. I'm sorry, it was out of bounds play.
Now they're running it now. 8:40 to go.
That's what I thought. And then here we go. Guys, we got him pinned. Keep it going. Run play.
Scally, middle. Tripped up as he crossed the 20. Give him the 18.
Let's keep running it. Now, for sure, you're looking at Schultz and going, 23-6. I would like that score. Love it to be 27-6. But I bet this is field goal range right now for them, especially with the confidence he's built up. LTU on the other side, cause a turnover. Cause a turnover. Make sure we get a stop. If nothing else, though, man, we got to cause a turnover here.
Still 10 on the play clock for Taylor. They're not snapping this thing until at least 4 seconds on the shot clock. They snap it at 3. Pitch it out to Scally with space. Tackled shy of the first down. And here you go again. Another huge play for both sides, specifically the LTU defense, if they have any hope of winning this ball game.
Again, there's the big man, Clay Adams, number 69, getting outside, pulling around, hit the first thing you can. Let Scally get up inside or outside, doesn't matter, just make contact. Huge play on second down for third and short right here. And that just keep working that play when it looks like it stopped. Like you said, he pops it. Bring in Mr. Lamb again. Let's see if we don't get him up the middle.
There he is. Lamb up the middle. First down, Taylor, as they are starting to salt away a win.
100% what I've done too. One, not put the ball on the ground. Huge ball security. 2, pound it up. Our O-line has really taken this game over, which when you drive back to Indiana after a nice sleep tonight, defense played extremely well. O-line taken over at the end. Absolutely a script for something like a big win on the road for game number 1.
So Lawrence Tech elects to take a timeout. Frankly, you're in the situation here where you're kind of guaranteed to give up points in a 3-score game with 6.5 to go. The odds are stacked against you.
Absolutely. So it's a good timeout, guys. We need to stop. If we can't rip the ball out, it can only be 3. And if it's 3, we got a chance because we've got weapons, and that's what they're talking about right now. Offense probably just got done with the board and what it looks like and what we're going to go in with a plan. Probably going to play fast, put the ball on our receivers quickly so we don't give up that sack. I'm sure it's discussion they've all been having already, and they'll be prepared when they get the ball back. The sooner, the better for the Blue Devils.
So I've always wanted to ask a coach this, right? When you come into a game, road game, first game of the year, probably didn't expect to win, and Taylor is certainly in position to win. How do you keep the team motivated to keep improving after one whale of a performance here in the second half?
Well, I think kind of what's happened in all sports, not just this, and actually life, is the expectation is we're going to win. It's not going to be simple. We're not going to play perfect. Let's just do what we do and be who we are, and that's exactly what's on display here. Absolutely what's on display here. Culture, culture, culture.
First down and goal for Taylor at the Lawrence Tech 8. McCloskey keeps, runs, and he's dominoed down inside the 5. Give him the 3.
And as important as all of the yardage is, they would like to keep this ball down here and keep it as much as they can so they don't let those weapons have a lot of time. I'm sure that's the mindset, but again, put the ball in the hands of your senior, and you've got excellent running backs who've had a great night tonight because the O-line is taking care of business.
Taylor knocking on the door again. It's second down goal. They keep it. And they're tripped up at the 5. McCloskey held onto the ball. LTU made the play. And once again, they are staring down a chance to make a play that can give them a pulse.
And again, one of the situations here offensively, look at that and say, was that a good read or not? You know what? I fell down. It's third down and goal at the 5. We've got 3. Just fall down. Hold the football. Huge stand right here for LTU to make right here. Huge. Got to force that field goal try. Who knows what can happen? Block, return, all kinds of good things can happen. Got to force it here and stop this third down play.
5 on the play clock for Taylor. They snap it with 1. Pitch it left. That's Ellis running for the corner. He's got it. It's a touchdown and a Taylor tidal wave in the second half.
And I'll tell you right now, again, Mr. Clay leading the way. Taking your rhyme from me earlier. Mr. Clay leading the way. It's fun to watch the fireworks. It's the sparks, everything that's super excitement. That only happens when we get the big men involved. He's out on the edge, and a great read by the running back. His body's inside, I'm inside. My guy's body's outside, I'm outside. Nice job. Way to finish the drive for them. LTU's got work to do.
Zane Schultz bangs the extra point through. This was a 6-3 Lawrence Tech lead at halftime.
And I'll tell you what, Lawrence Tech came out and looked like they made some great offensive modifications to what the defense was doing against them. But they just kept the bad snap, the penalties that came at. They had a huge play. I believe they didn't line up properly because I didn't see anybody move. Little things make such the difference, especially in a tight football game. My question will be, how do you rally the troops at Lawrence Tech, understanding this game we thought was in the bag for us? We have 6 points with our electric offense. That's what they have to address and take care of in this week coming up.
You know, it may well be a blessing in disguise that they go on the road for 2 weeks now, Ave Maria and St. Ambrose. But barring the greatest comeback in program history, they're going to lose tonight. And a chance to refocus. You're forced to be refocused when you're on the road for the next 2.
I think you bring up a really good point. Hey, let's go. Let's huddle our troops. Let's just us be together. You know, the fans who travel will travel, but we're not worried about stuff. We just go and take care of our business. I would bet my bottom dollar there's a much better offensive performance next week.
And frankly, the offensive performance today was okay. You kept getting the ball into Taylor field position, but every time something bad happened. Chance for another return for LTU. They've busted one big one today. Black barely got over the 25.
Yeah, you talk about offensive performance, and the bottom line of all of it is we've got to score more points than they do. We have 6 points, so you can have, 900 yards in offense. Or you can have 13 yards in offense. In one scenario, you got 6 points. The other one, you could have 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. They have 14. So we'll have to see what they come up with the next week. Again, you never want to write off a game, but just the way Taylor's been playing, it has nothing to do with LTU, to be honest. We're taking care of our stuff, and they truly have.
There'll be a bunch of happy Trojans riding the bus home tomorrow. Kolka the long throw. Williams the catch. Made a man miss. Can make the second man miss, but still a nice pitch and catch. And it will be Lawrence Tech first down. And although Richie, this game's probably not going to go their way, this is one of those drives that can build confidence into next week.
That is such a phenomenal point to make, Evan. Great job. Build some confidence, get a score, put one on. Onside kick. Who knows, maybe get another one and see what happens.
Pressure coming. They get it to Thompson. C.J. Thompson brought down by his ankles across the 45.
Hustle up the call in, get it shouted out by the QB, get our guys set. Calling the protection right there on the O-line. Everyone else has the play on their own.
Kolka fields the low snap. Fakes the handoff. Long throw knocked away. That was Reese Pinkney again.
Yeah, excellent job out there on defense. Got underneath that one. You could see him punch his arm, his arm up through the hands of the receiver. So no matter what happens, I'm hitting the ball or distracting him as well as hitting his hands. Little blitz, great pickup by the O-line, but it did throw off the timing. He'd have loved to throw that just a little bit earlier.
We got a flag here as well. It's a penalty on Lawrence Tech. Taylor right now deciding whether they want to accept or decline. An eligible man downfield the call.
Again, that tells me it's most likely a lined up person who should not go downfield. Well, I didn't see any O-line downfield, which it could have been. So we'll see what happens here. Second down. Got 8 to go. Again, first downs, and you mentioned it, Evan. We have a positive drive here.
Play action for Kolka. Got to roll left away from the pressure. Losing the time to throw, and he ends up throwing it out of bounds. Jalen Wallace, the guy there, but surrounded by a couple. Kolka took another hit, and the frustration is mounting.
Really tough to stop your feet and throwing that. It's got to rotate the shoulders. It's going to be an out-of-bounds throw, which would have been very, very wise, as it was there. But throw it, you just can't always think it's going to be the play. Hey, let's conserve some time. Third and long, we can pick it. It's always 2-down territory, obviously, right now. Just get the ball out of bounds and stop the clock, and don't take that hit. Yeah, him talking to his receivers is making sure they're lined up properly.
Pressure picked up on third down. Wallace makes his 9th catch of the game, but he's short of the first down. There's no reason why Lawrence Tech wouldn't go for it here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But a very good play to set them up to go for it in a positive manner. 4th and short. Again, line up properly is number 1. Execute is number 2.
Kolka fields the snap on 4th down. Throwing to a wide open man. 1st down. It's Matthew Ransom.
Number 2 receiver, closest to the QB there, making the out into the flat, make a living on it till they take it away, and they've not had to. Lawrence Tech gets this drive going, got to keep it going. Make sure you take care of business. No penalties, no holds, no sacks.
Snap back to Kolka. Loading and taking a deep shot. Incomplete. Trying for the same guy just threw it to Ransom.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it. If you've got a linebacker covering your slot receiver, and you can see the speed difference right there, gotta have that throw. He had the time. Good job by the O-line. He's going to want some throws back tonight, and I promise when we text tomorrow, he's going to be very upset with himself, and rightfully so. You know, he's a player. He wants to be the best for his team, and he knows that his performance was not tonight.
It's going to be a lot of hard film watching for Lawrence Tech this week.
Absolutely. But you know what? That's what we do. You make some mistakes, you clean them up. Next week, a better performance. Again, can't change what happened. We can only make sure that we address it, and let's not do it that way again. End of story.
Another misfire for Kolka. Only touchdown of the game for Lawrence Tech was a pass from Kolka to Thompson. Kolka fumbled on the first drive, and ever since it's just been a frustrating evening for Lawrence Tech. This has kind of been the name of their game. They get inside Taylor territory and the drive stalls.
Well, you said they lived there earlier. Got to make a play.
Trying to make one here. Deep shot, 3rd down. Miscommunication and a flag. Way behind the play. Early indication is it's on Lawrence Tech.
Kind of a rule of thumb when we work with quarterbacks, you know, it can't be when in doubt, go deep. Now, that said, this situation dictates that may even just simply been a throwaway. Can't take a sack kind of situation because the clock's going off in my head.
Got a Taylor Trojan down. That's middle of the field. Yoon, 35, who made a big defensive play on the last series. Hopefully this is just a cramp.
Yeah, it looks like that is what it is. It's possibly an ankle. He may have twisted in there as I see him working down low, but hopefully he'll be all right. But he's been the one who's kind of been on spot with that speed out to the flat, and then they release down the seam. It is just such a difficult task to have him run with such a speedy receiver literally straight down the field, because eventually he's going to catch up and pass you. And unfortunately for Lawrence Tech, they've not been able to hit it. They've had a couple of guys open, and they've missed it. They're going to have to address that this week.
So it's 4th down 10 for LTU, Richie.
I was just going to say the young offensive line, to me, has done a pretty doggone good job. And I promise you again, Tyler will put it on himself. God, I got to get rid of that ball. It's just a little bit too long holding on to it.
Well, he'll at least get one more throw. You'd be stunned if they don't throw it here.
Yeah.
If they don't, well, that leads to more questions. He is going to throw on 4th down and 10. Time to throw. Down the middle, incomplete. Too far for Rembert.
And a late hit on the QB. What a terrible error by Taylor, who's played, I wouldn't say flawlessly, but their play on defense has been flawless because they had some mistakes made and some penalties, but that one's a tough one. That's going to be a 1st down on the 30-yard line, if I'm not mistaken, and life to Lawrence Tech for that score, an onside kick, and then who knows what happens.
Remember how we were talking about earlier in a second half like this, how do you get the boys to refocus? Penalty like that.
100%. 100%.
The coaches are going, look, I didn't love that, but in a 21-point game, that's fine. Something for me to talk about on film tomorrow.
That's right.
Kolka going to throw again, stepping up and running. First time today he's done that. He slid and took a hit. There's another flag.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Gives himself up. Got to stay off him. 2 untimely errors for Taylor. Benefit Lawrence Tech. It's going to be 1st down. Somewhere inside the 15, I believe, here.
I mean, it's hard for Taylor. They're subbing guys in and out. You got new guys on the field. Everyone wants to make a play as soon as they get out there. And you're gearing up to hit the quarterback, then he starts sliding, and it's tough to pull up. It's really hard.
Absolutely. Point made, an excellent one. You also have the factor, let's all be honest, there's 226 in a game that we didn't know that would be like this. They're already excited and celebrating a little bit. So, again, holding back the reins is tough. I love your point, though. I want to go back to it. Lawrence Tech, let's have a positive drive. Let's have a positive drive. End this thing in a score. We may not come out victorious, but we end on a positive drive. Build on that.
Well, they've been helped out by a couple of Taylor personal fouls mistakes on the last couple of plays. So this drive is moved just outside the 10. So they can get a first down without scoring the touchdown. Randy is the back to the right of Kolka here.
Boy, do they need to put this thing in early, too, because the more time they can have, if they end up getting that recovery, and if you get it and score, let's go.
Now, what would you know about a dramatic late rally? Kolka sacked. Ran out of time. De'Aris Hope, the senior from Cincy, his first sack of the year.
Absolutely love the crossing action between the linebacker and the defensive lineman because that forces an O lineman to take a step to where his D-line went and creates that little gap. And again, all night long, one, the play, but two, the timing of what they're doing. Because until this point, they've really played lots of coverage. And, hey, that's fine. Let them work the clock. They're going to catch it. Make sure we tackle them in bounds if we can. If not, that's fine. Again, they're going to just be very, very happy. And LTU side, it's a tough one. This is a tough one for the coaching staff, who I know thought this was not going to be the output. And the defense really did a phenomenal job the first half. Held them to 3 points. And still it was just 6-6. It's going to be a tough one to watch film. You made a really good point about that earlier as well, Evan.
Well, I only topped out at the high school level, but we did have a couple of bad losses in the film session the day after the game. You got the day after off. Not fun.
Yeah.
When you lose like this, you wish you could have something a little strong before you go in there to dull the nerves.
Absolutely. Little Motrin.
Right. Yes. A little, 2 of them. Throw to Thompson. CJ busted a couple of tackles. He's not giving up. He didn't get out of bounds, though. Lawrence Tech just burned a timeout. They only have 1 remaining with 2 minutes to go.
Very much after that nice first move, get out of bounds. It's going to be second and long either way. I don't think the extra 2, and they'll talk about this. Again, you got to iron some things out. Extra 2-3 yards is not worth it. They did not take a timeout.
Kolka back, throwing. Thompson, catch. Thompson, touchdown.
Nice job. Just what the doctor ordered. Get it to the big fella. Let him do his thing. Again, originally a D-end, obviously a phenomenal tight end, and they've hooked up now twice tonight. Again, O-line picking up some stunts. Tyler got the ball off, avoided that sack. Going to be, on their hopes, 27-13 shortly.
So Thompson, who caught a couple of touchdowns tonight, including that one, is already halfway to his total last year. He had 4 all last year.
Well, you can't do that.
Like getting a guy on the field, extra points good, but not going to count.
That's a tough one, too. And I'm not sure if it's a player not knowing what's going on, but you got a motion penalty.
Now, Richie, explain this to me. Why is it every single year, first week of the year, we always get problems on special teams? No one knows who the heck is supposed to be on special teams.
Well, a lot of that, personally, I've always put it on me as a coach because there's we at Southfield A&T were not good on special teams this week. We will evaluate tomorrow and say, hey, that's on us. We didn't do enough time of this or enough time of that or enough work on this. That's not on the kids. That's on us. I bet they'll say the same thing at LTU. How do we not have a player out there? Someone's responsible for knowing who those 11 should be, and we need to have them out there. The late run out is a tough one because, hey, just play. He's not a lineman guy. He's an off guy, although it looks like he's a lineman guy that got the penalty.
Low snap, and it got blocked. Franco Bella is 0 for 2 on extra points tonight, but that one not really his fault.
And now you find yourself down 15 instead of 13 because he made the extra point. 14. Very, very tough pill to swallow on that one. That said, again, you can't change it. Let's get the onside kick. Let's score and see what happens. Because, you are on the LTU sideline saying, we're going to get 2 of these and score.
Yeah.
We got great players. That's what we're going to do. That's the expectation. Over there, they're saying, hey, don't do anything differently. Get those stunts once in a while in there, timely again. Can't do it every time because you end up getting a big play behind you. But they're doing a great job in their timely calls.
So Carter Dixon, the 1, counting to make sure everyone's good. It is week 1. However much you worked on the onside in training camp, we're about to find out.
Absolutely. Who are the blockers and who's the guys going to recover? That's always the question. Front line here wants to let it get back line. Guy falls on it, run out the clock.
Taylor has some timeouts left, and they'll burn one here before the onside kick. As a certain local radio host once said, timeouts are not like cell phone minutes. They don't roll over. So we may as well use them in this spot.
Cannot take them with you.
No, you cannot. Someone tell John L. Smith. So Lawrence Tech, as we told you earlier, they're on the road for a couple of games after this. They're at Ave Maria next week, the 3rd, and then week off, September 17th in Iowa at St. Ambrose, back home on the 24th, at Madonna on October 1st, another off week after that, then Indiana Wesleyan, middle of October, and Siena Heights, Concordia on the road, wrapping up the slate with 2 good games against St. Francis and Marion. You always get some surprises, Richie. Doesn't matter what level of football in week 1. I think a lot of people flipping on this game, looking at the score, go, oh, this is a surprise.
Well, there was that Michigan game, if you remember, a little while back against the team.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Small school, right?
And I love Michigan football. And you wonder, is it a situation where I'm just a little too confident, so I play what we might call down to a level, what we think? Very interesting to see what's going to happen. My thought always, what happens next?
Dixon got the high hop, but Thomas went up, made the catch. And that's going to be about all she wrote, as Lawrence Tech only has the 1 timeout left.
Yeah. Once again, you can't change what's in the past. You've got to move forward. They'll get to film study. They'll correct some errors, and they'll take care of business. That's your plan. That's your plan.
Taylor is about to get to the best formation in football.
Victory formation, baby.
There's another football cliche. We got a couple in tonight.
Always like it.
Yeah.
Always like them.
They
Cliches are a cliche for a reason.
I know. They tell you in journalism school not to use cliches, but they're cliches for a reason, Got to flip them in a couple of times. Why not? Scally on the run. He's going to keep fighting no matter what the situation is. Positive gain on first down, and Lawrence Tech will burn their final timeout. 1:22 to go.
Now we'll see the under center and a knee.
Richie, you and I, we both played football once upon a time. No longer do, obviously. But everyone says the thing they miss about football is the feeling after a win. I would love to be a Taylor Trojan tonight. I'd love to be one tomorrow. There is nothing better than a win. Nothing.
And I'll tell you what a huge and important decision to say, regardless of what happened, guys, we're going to spend the night after. The kids will go home and shower. They'll get a good meal. They will, that camaraderie they built with one another, that's what coaches will talk about. We told you, you create the culture, stuff changes, coaches become real believable. And that's what happened with us tonight. You become real believable when you win a big football game, in particular in week 1. Not you played someone you should win and win. Someone that maybe, it's going to be a tough battle. Hats off to Taylor and their staff, and their kids played a whale of a football game. And again, LTU did what LTU did. When you start coaching football, it is not about the other guys. You teach them what they do. You're going to combat it the way you're going to combat it, but it's about what we do. To me, the most concerning thing that the staff will address, guys, we can't have bad snaps. We can't have penalties. We shot ourselves in the foot. We're our own worst enemy, and they'll clean that up, I promise you.
Going to bleed that clock down for 15 more seconds, take a knee, and start celebrating. There's a pretty good contingent of Taylor fans here. They're hitting the highway home happy tonight.
Or maybe they're going to spend the night, go be with the players tonight and enjoy some time.
One more knee. There's your ball game. It's a good Lawrence Tech football team. They'll be back, but frankly, the story of the night, the Taylor Trojans. Down 6-3 at halftime, and then they scored the next 24. A program that slowly but surely is building up under their head coach, Aaron Mingo. And as Richie Pop just said, that's a win that'll make you believe in everything the coaches are selling to you. Final tonight from Lawrence Tech, Taylor 27 and Lawrence Tech 12. Richie, before we sign off, any final thoughts?
First of all, great working with you. Our first time together.
Let's do this again sometime. How's that sound?
I think that sounds awesome. Just super impressed with the team on the road in game one. And you mentioned how maybe it's a really good thing that Lawrence Tech is next week so that they can just have that dialed-in focus. Sometimes it's the case, hey, we're so much better, this should be, and you kind of don't have that focus. They'll have it, I promise, next week, and I bet a different offensive performance.
Well, that just about does it for Richie Pop and our entire crew, working hard on a Saturday night. Evan Stockton saying so long. We are back in September, the next home game for Lawrence Tech in just about a month on the 24th. Thanks for watching on the LTU Sports Network. Have a great rest of your Saturday.